All right, guys. Sorry, my internet service provider is doing maintenance, I guess, and they, of course, the worst time possible. So I might lose signal again. I don't know. I'm going to try to hurry up and get this done while I have working internet. Let's see. And I'm going to record this through the voice recorder also, just in case. That way I have a backup. Oh, no, don't pause. All right. Okay. Let me double check. Make sure that you guys are actually watching this. Yeah, I apologize, guys. The Spectrum cable is doing maintenance, so I guess they're cutting lines and redoing lines. I'm about to call Harvey right now. I have Reboot America. He is going to be staying on the line as kind of like a mediator, if you will. Wow, I'm jumping all around the screen. I hope this lasts. If this doesn't last, guys, and I lose service, I'm recording this. Yeah, Harvey already knows. I'm gonna record this back, the audio at least back up on the voice recorder app on my computer, and that way, what's up? Yeah, that way if I do lose service, I can put that up for you guys. So here we go. Oh, one of the things that I was going to do before I do that is what I was doing when I got kicked off. I wanted to show you guys. Here is the first time I had a communication with Randy's cousin. Let me make sure you guys can see that. It was August 12th. That's how I got in communication where Randy can call me. I actually Randy's cousin set it up. Okay. And I will do a video with all that's in there for you guys. See, like I'm not going to put her answers or whatever. I'm going to put just mine. That way you guys can see that, because I didn't get permission from her to do that. One thing a lot of people are failing to understand that I want to clarify before I call Harvey is that when you're doing like any kind of investigative journalism and you're doing reporting and interviews with people, at least in my case, I'm not here to go out and start bashing people that are incarcerated. And it was a privilege that they gave me to be able to get that official story, so that I could get Randy's message out. Now, there's specific things that can't be talked about, and I stated this in the videos, but I see a lot of people don't understand that. Because if Randy says certain things or talks about certain things when he's in jail, they record all the calls. It says right on there whenever he calls me that the calls are being recorded, and then they can use that against him in court. So that's kind of like a common sense type thing, but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew ahead of time. And along with like Randy, you know, that recording was the first time I talked to him, and like it's another common sense kind of thing. Do you think if I sat there and I just kept if I started like attacking him or putting him on the spot when his life is already hell because he's locked in a jail cell with a guy that wants to beat him up half the time in that jail cell, as he's explained, do you think that he would really want to be calling back? Probably not. So we need to support people that are in bad situations. Now I'm going to call Harvey. You there, Reboot?
Yep.
All right.
Hello?
Harvey.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man? They're doing maintenance, I guess, on the fiber optic lines for my service provider. So,
Yeah, man, I have you on speaker and ask questions. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, we ain't have to do no conference call, man. We just do it on speaker and just get the shit out there.
right. Yeah, I just wanted to be able to stream it also. So, so what's up?
Oh, you want to stream it also?
Yeah, I'm streaming on my backup channel with it also. That way, since you are, then I am. It's just good, whatever, So, what's up?
Yeah, so what is that?
What's that?
Oh, what's going on, man? So, just wanted to know. Yeah, I mean, you already know the questions I asked you, like your prior affiliation with Tucci and Mr. Randall Dean. Do you have any prior affiliation with him prior to joining this movement?
No. As a matter of fact, it's one of the things I just showed on the live stream was the first communication that I had with. It's not even Randall's group per se, as to how I started covering those live interviews with Randy. It was through his cousin, his family. I found his cousin. She was in some of the same communication lines, which I was allowed to be a part of for sharing information, and that way I could get the information since I was covering it. And I directly contacted her, asking, as I said, I wanted to try to do like live interviews with Heather and Randy to find out a little bit more on the the charges and whatnot. That was on August 12th. August 12th, I messaged her, and her and I spoke for the first time. That was Randall's cousin. And prior to that, I mean, the only conversation, the only talking I ever had with them was in that other line of communication, which was opened up, I'd say maybe August 8th. Whenever it was that I put out that video and said I had direct communication, I was invited, if you will, to go and be able to speak with them so that I could get the proper story out. And other than that, before this movement, before anything, I have not had any communication with them. I've never, ever personally spoke with Heather Tucci. I first spoke with Randy maybe I want to say 4 or 5 days after the 12th. So maybe like the 16th or the 17th was the first time I spoke to him, and that was through Blount County Jail. Like when he calls, it actually says you have a call from Blount County Correctional Facility. And even BZ, the first time I spoke with her was actually after I already spoke with Randy. I was talking to some of the other people that were in their group, if you will, like Judy, and there's a couple others that they're not really like they're not they just kind of hang out in there, and they're affiliated, but I've never been affiliated. I've never been connected. I've never been tied to OPPT, Heather, or Randy, or anybody. That's actually I'm going to do a video and put up the conversation that I had with Randall's cousin. I'm just going to verify with her it's okay. I'm sure she'll say it's fine. But I'll put that up for you guys so you can see the reason why they decided to let me do the interviews was because I was an unbiased third party outside, man who would be able to then, I had to speak with Randy quite a bit before I was even allowed to, start recording and all that. He needed to feel me out and figure out if it, he decided it was okay once he heard that that I was exposing Cindy K. Courier. He was happy at the fact that somebody was actually doing that, and that's when he said, okay, well, if you're doing that, then you must be all right. So that's when we were able to go on the record.
Okay, so what, like, how many other, do you have any other channels that you operate under?
No, I have this channel, my backup channel. I have my main channel, and then I have a couple, like, what do you call it, just throwaway type channels. I haven't done anything on them. I just made them when I started getting attacked or whatever. But the only two channels I use.
Like, why would you say that you returned to YouTube after a very lengthy hiatus?
Well, I started making videos, which I wasn't all that great with back in, what, 2012. It was really over like the Obamacare and some of the things that were going on. And I made some different videos, and then I got caught up with life, and I still watched the videos, but I was never really too good. And I'm actually kind of shy, believe it or not, I'm actually kind of shy. This has actually been a really good experience because it's helped me get a little less shy with people and whatnot. But for a while, I just was, busy with life, man. I was, when I work my career job, I'm exhausted. I don't know, anybody that's worked in construction knows, you get up early, you work real hard through the day, and then you don't really have much energy for anything else. And then it wasn't this movement that I started making videos again. I put out videos on the London attacks. That's actually when I started getting back on YouTube. I put out a whole bunch of videos on those London the bridge attacks, exposing Prime Minister May and the agenda to censor the internet. So I don't know if you went through my videos, but it was like maybe a month or two before this all began. I was covering that, and that's what really triggered me to get back in, was that London attack, because there was quite a bit of inconsistencies there. And then once I found your video, it really it clicked with me. I told you this personally in a conversation we had, but it just resonated with me, and I really, it's like I felt like I had to do something. I had to try to get the message out and do everything that I tell everybody to do on a day-to-day basis, man. So the other computer I had wasn't all that great. That one ended up shit in the bed, and it was workable, but it was really hard to make videos with because it didn't have the decent memory or anything like that. And then a little while, I don't know, maybe like a year ago, I got this thing, and I debated getting back into videos, but I bought this Asus ROG, and it's just a badass computer. And then that London attack happened, and yeah, I covered that, and then I happened to see you. So I've always been had a presence.
What do you honestly think about Randy and Heather's either their contribution to the movement or their supposed roles, or whatever it is they're supposed to be doing as a part of this movement?
So what do I feel about Heather and Randy in what regard?
I don't know if you noticed when they were arrested or taken into custody. It was we were just like starting to pick up steam. They were picked up when was the arrest date? Was it?
It was like July. I think it was
July 12th.
No, it was later than that. I think it was maybe the 16th or the 17th. I'm not positive. I don't have it.
It was July
I could have sworn it was after that. I know the actual the indictment warrant there that they sent out was on the 20th. The arrest, the warrant. It was a couple days
of the brutal Randall Bean arrest and beating.
Right. Well,
was uploaded on August 12th.
I don't know if you I don't know if you listened to the call I did with him, but he said specifically they didn't even have the warrant for him. They said specifically that they were going to make stuff up, and that's exactly what they did. They had nothing to detain him on, so they were making something up.
Well, they have nothing to hold him on, but they're still holding him. So I mean, realistically, as far as the charges are concerned, is it money laundering that he's facing? The realism of the transaction he made, cashing those CDs out like days after buying them. I mean, that shit is impossible to pull off, man.
Cashing, that's not impossible. Well, back then, you got to remember that's also when they weren't really stopping the transactions, man.
There's no way they are going to allow over $1 million to be, bought in a CD and cashed out within days of it, and this guy is going to go and get the manufacturer's certificate of origin. So he found a dealership that would do that. That's putting the dealership's license in jeopardy. I mean, come on. I mean, everything that story is bullshit, man. Well, and it's like to see that every video you have has a mirror from this channel that was created the day that he was arrested. This channel was created that day, and then it has every video of yours. You have this mirror link phone call.
Yeah,
this is the most important phone call in the world. Even your video back in 2014.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm like, okay. So what is your obsession with Mr. Bean? Why do you think he has been such a crucial or vital part of this movement when he actually has really done nothing but
listen to self-talk.
Just kind of muddy the waters.
Okay, well, first off, the reason why that video ended up on all the videos is because of that app. If you remember, I told you about that TubeBuddy app that I found for Google Plus that just made it a lot simpler uploading videos and whatnot. That actually was supposed to. There's a setting on that TubeBuddy where you click and it's supposed to keep your newest video across all of your videos. Well, somehow it kept that video because that was the newest video I had put up at that time. So then it put it on all of those videos. Do you think I really took the time to go through 300 videos and put that link there? No. So
you're saying that retroactively updated all the detail.
Yeah.
Video detail. Retroactively updated. I know it doesn't for you upload.
Yeah, no, it does it on all of them. It does it on all of them. Go try it out for yourself. You'll see. It does it on all of them. I didn't even know that it still had that on there, to be honest with you, until you said that today. And it must be like that I have to change that manually or something. I assumed that by clicking that, it would automatically, change to the newest video every time I put out a new video. But I guess it didn't. Now, as far as Randy and Heather, I don't understand what. Now, here's the thing, Harvey. I get that there's questions that you have for them. The best people to ask would be them. But I don't understand what your infatuation or your problem is with people that they're not out there telling people to do paperwork. They're not out there telling people to do anything. If anything, they've actually supported you and me, and they've kind of kept to themselves. They put out their own stuff for their own group, their own people that are, have the same beliefs that they do. But I've openly said from the get-go, I don't have the same beliefs or ideas that they do. They're not harming anyone, so I've been willing to work with them for the betterment of the community, which I think is important. Now, as far as like Randy being able to do that, I don't think that I don't.
Hold on 1 second. You said something you didn't understand. My infatuation with what?
You've got like this like for some reason you've got a serious problem with Randy and Heather, and I don't understand. Like they're in jail, so I don't get what that is specifically.
No, I don't say I have a problem with them. I have a problem with the fact that they appeared right at the time when we started to pick up momentum. They appeared and conveniently got picked up in some magic vanishing fucking court case that no one is documenting, that we only hear about through these channels that are foofy fairy chasers. And my infatuation is with what we can grab and what we can prove, and waiting for people to get out while they are continuously collecting donations, continuing to push their LGBT crap.
Right, but you and I collect donations, so we can't say anything about that.
Continue to follow them and report, and their word is going to be the newest, the newest and brightest accomplishment or achievement we're going to have as a group. It's wasting our time. They're dead weight. Okay.
So, but again, by you saying that, so that means that if you end up in jail and you no longer can contribute to the movement, does that mean that you're dead weight and everybody should forget about you or me?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's not the way I think. That's not the way I operate. But as far as the foofy fairy stuff, I agree. I don't have the same.
Mike, that was a silly question, man. You know damn well that if you end up in jail or I end up in jail, then okay, that's fine. But we've been working together for how long? 2 months. Okay, these people came from out of nowhere, and again, this thing did not start magically by itself. Okay, Randy and Heather did not start this thing. Okay, so for their timing to come in, just as we started to pick up momentum, they come in, then black-eyed the whole movement with being incarcerated. Now it scared anyone off who was identified because oh shit, they're still in jail.
Well, they are.
So again, I don't trust them. I don't know them.
So
and there's too many questions surrounding them. I think that we are better moving forward without them until they can, contribute something.
Well,
then they've contributed nothing.
I definitely think most people know, and this I'll say, if they weren't really in jail, because that's the common thing that's going around. If they weren't really in jail, I would say that. I would call that out, because you know what? A month ago, I openly questioned. I had some issues with OPPT. Hold on, Harvey. Let me finish. No, there's a lot of people on the live stream saying it. So let me finish. Okay. There's a lot of people on the live stream. There's a lot of people in the comments.
Okay. I did not say that we're not in jail. I said while they are in jail, let them deal with jail. We stop, worrying about us. Again, they have done. What has been contributed to this movement? They've done nothing, man. So I would prefer to stop focusing so much on publicizing the fact that they are in jail for who knows what and for who knows how long, when they are the only ones who have been in jail. So I can see if they're picking up 2 or 3 people a day, then hey, these motherfuckers are doing but they're the only ones that have been there. They got there conveniently, around the time that we were, again, picking up momentum. So it's like, okay, no, you don't have to forget about them. You can call them, have them call you, collect whatever you want, man.
Okay.
But they are not news.
So I thought this
they
was.
Are not news anymore.
I thought this was a question and answer, because every time I try to speak, I'm getting cut off hard. I'm trying to answer your questions, man. So here we go. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, Harvey, they are in jail. They are human beings, and to totally just say fuck them and leave them high and dry, I don't personally agree with you on that. And that's the beautiful thing about being people. We all have our own ideas and beliefs, and that's where the problem ran into last night.
Don't put words in my mouth, man. All right? I did not say fuck them.
You just said they're dead weight. That's pretty much fuck them.
I'm sorry, but were you here 10 months ago? Were you here 10 months ago?
Was I there? Harvey, I got a question for you. Where did you get the information, Harvey?
Gave us a black right? And now everyone wants to report when Heather makes a fucking phone call, or when Randy makes a fucking phone call and doesn't ask them any pertinent question.
Well, you got to work up to that.
Oh
my fucking God.
Did you fact check this story?
All right. So I was working up to that, Harvey. People need to understand that the calls are recorded first off when the jail calls you, and I'm more than happy to show the jail phone number so people can check that out for themselves. I'm more than happy to. There's people here. I'm not just speaking to you. I'm not just speaking to you. I'm also speaking to the people in the live stream, which there are some of them saying that they are not in jail, which they definitely are. But I was working up to asking different questions. The purpose was to start out small, get his story, allow him to speak on his terms because he is in jail. I'm not going to go and call somebody that's in a living hell where he's talking about how he's got a cellmate that wants to beat him up half the time and the other half is nice to him. And I'm not going to sit there and be an asshole. That's not me. I'm not an asshole. I'm not going to be an asshole to him. They are in a bad situation. And
excuse me, Mike. You were kind of an asshole to Levitate. I think you owe him an apology.
How was I an asshole to Levitate?
You were kind of an asshole when you called out, like when you called out Portia. I don't care about the pictures.
You commented right along with it, Harvey. Yeah, okay. You commented right along with it.
About a picture and you getting served a cease and desist and apologizing for her with, that shit is, you gotta do what you
I didn't get a cease and desist, so I don't know where that's coming from.
It's like, I'm not really feeling, I was not really feeling, the way you were going after people and the way you just came from out of nowhere 2 months ago, and the obvious, leaning toward, even now when I'm saying that, they are in jail. Yeah, you can call them and do whatever you want when you want, but stop reporting their shit like they're news, man, because it ain't news and it ain't helping us any.
Well, it is if you actually would pay attention to it.
That's all I gotta say, man. You can keep reporting.
So I got a question for you, Harvey.
You're reporting dead news. You're reporting. There's nothing there, dude.
I got a question for you. So, as you've said in the past, and it's obvious. Where did you get the information about the accounts, Harvey? Where did you find this information?
I got it from Elle. Her name is Elle. You can look it up. I just subscribed to her today or yesterday. Or she's like she's an ex-Navy. She's like a career Navy person. Lives in Colorado. Someone came and said, "Hey, this woman over here has this, this message that you might want to check out." Now, I can't remember who it was that came and raised my awareness to it. I do know that since then, she and I have communicated back and forth, but it was more like I saw the message. I saw her, the way that she got her the regional center. And then, I had no problem going ahead and giving it a try because I know the government's crooked as shit. And, I had been looking and, been looking for a way to, prove the fact that everyone does have a straw man. And, anybody that I spoke with about it, the first thing they would say was, you ain't got no proof. Don't pay my fucking bill. Show me that. Yeah, they pay my bills and I'll see that shit. So there it is. And now, you can pay the bill, it looked like you pay your bill for a moment, and that was the hook. And now, the dollar is to wake people up, get rid of debt weight. I'm sorry, but they are debt weight. They have proven no work whatsoever, okay?
Their cases are actually very...
They have no bearing on this movement whatsoever, okay? Well, they were not here.
Yeah, they are.
They were not here before. So them popping up when shit gets popping and then delaying it and distracting shit, they are not of this movement, Mike. So you can be with them or you can be with this movement, but they are not of this movement.
Harvey, you fail to understand. Nobody owns this movement. You don't own the movement. I don't own the movement. So you don't give me. I know I got to set the record straight with you, bud. I don't have strings. You don't tell me, Harvey. You do not. Okay.
What they are pitching is not realistic, man. I'm sorry. So
Harvey,
I don't care. You get along with them. I don't own shit. No, but motherfuckers are not going to side with your ass because you have been an asshole for the right at the fucking obvious. So that shit.
Why am I gonna go after them? What are they doing? Are they telling people to file forms that are gonna get them in trouble? No. Harvey, you were sitting in the comments section of the video with Ginger. You were sitting in the comments section. You were Harvey, you were sitting in the yeah, here we go. Okay, Harvey, it's very obvious that it's just about your ego, it's about your big head. What's that, Harvey? Did you hang up, Harvey? Wow. You must have hung up. Yeah. As you guys can see, Harvey Dent hung up, I guess. I don't know why, but so
that's unfortunate.
yeah, his answer is I guess I'm supposed to be attacking people that are not telling people to do anything, that people that are in jail, because I guess Harvey has hurt feelings because he feels that it's taking the spotlight off of him, because it's supposed to be the Harvey Dent show and the Harvey Dent movement. I guess it's not your movement, guys. It's Harvey's movement. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the movement belongs to each and every one of you. It does not belong to Harvey Dent. It does not belong to me. And I'm not going to sit there. The people and the fact that he brought up Levitate Entertainment, I did not do anything mean to Levitate. I did not. Did you guys see me put out a video on Levitate? No. I noticed that Levitate Entertainment had up a video where he was pushing the UCC master file, and he was telling people, I will give it to you if you send me some kind of a donation, which, whatever, man, it is what it is. But I didn't go put out a video on him. I sent him a message, and I said, hey, what's up, man? I'm surprised to see that you're hopping on the UCC train now, Levitate. And I guess that I owe him an apology for asking him some questions. I guess I'm not supposed to do that. So according to Harvey, it's whoever Harvey feels like can be questioned or should be questioned at that time, and it's not up to individuals' beliefs, ideas, or thoughts. We're all supposed to be puppets and have strings to Harvey Dent. He's the one that controls the movement. So I don't know. I was hoping that was going to go better. I couldn't even get a freaking word in half the time because Harvey kept deciding to do his normal ramble on and interrupt. Harvey, when you're ready to actually talk like a grown-up and do a real question and answer, let's do it. And as you guys heard from his mouth, Harvey did not find the accounts. It was not him. He got it somewhere else. So, as I said before, his greatest achievement is the video that got everybody together. I'm grateful for that. I wish nothing negative on Harvey. I hope that Harvey sees that he's just letting his ego get in the way. And my video earlier, I guess, still stands as far as it doesn't matter what you do with Harvey. If you are trustworthy and you help him, he will turn around and stab you in the back and try to attack you if you don't do exactly what he wants. And that's exactly what this boils down to. Just for you guys to see for yourselves, I'm going to pull up some text messages from Harvey Dent so you can see. I totally agree with keeping an eye out on everybody, not just focusing on certain individuals. The thing is, with Harvey, I guess it's only people that he feels are pertinent to do that. It's at his discretion. Whereas if Heather and her group were leading people the wrong way, then I would talk to them, and I would do the same thing, as I did with. I can't listen to that. Hey, reboot, man. I'll call you back, brother. I'm sorry. I tried, man. Yep. All right, brother. Whatever. Anyway, so who's fake? How am I fake, zombie? Oh, you guys are going to come running over here from Harvey's now to try to attack me because Harvey had a hissy fit. He can't actually have an intelligent adult conversation. It's pretty pathetic, truthfully. The only person that's fake and is a fraud is Harvey Dent, okay? He's the one that turned around and stabbed somebody in the back that sat there and had his back and helped him. So if you guys want to come over here and you want to start that crap, that's fine. I really don't care what you think about me. I am doing the right thing every single day, and I know that. And the bottom line is Harvey thought he saw me in a weak position and that he was going to demand rules or he was going to put me under his control. Well, ding, ding. Nobody controls me. Nobody. All right. I have no strings. And, you know, if you could actually give me an educated reason as why there's a big problem there, then fine. But I didn't even sit there and say that I'm going along with all of their ideas and beliefs. I'm saying, why attack them when they're not doing anything to anybody? You bring up donations, but the bottom line is, Harvey, you have a GoFundMe, you collect donations, and so do I. So who are you or I to point any fingers as far as donations? Different if you're charging for information. That's different. That is different because you're telling people they can't have information unless they pay you. I hope that was going to go better, but it's fine. Yeah, and the shirt sales, Harvey. Those shirts cost $10, Harvey. They cost $10. You were charging people $25 fucking for those shirts. So that means that you were charging people 150% of the cost of those shirts. Instead of charging people maybe $15, so you could have made, because you sold a lot of them, so you could have made yourself a little bit of profit and also given them to people at a fair price. You had to charge them $25. It's pretty fucking sick. Zombie, get out of here, dude. I don't need you. I don't need you attacking me. I'm not the one who threw a hissy fit and ran away from, because he can't have a civilized discussion. So I tried. The movement's going to go anywhere, even if, you know, I don't need Harvey to tell me where the movement is going. Oh yeah, Harvey, that's the other question. Thank you, auditors. Harvey, that's my other question for you. So you were trying to insinuate that I'm somehow fake or I'm somehow something. Well, last I checked, I actually have always had my real legitimate name, okay? My real name as my profile, all right? So what in the world made you pick Harvey Dent, Two-Faced? Just curious. And also, Harvey, I'm not even gonna. It's not worth it. Bottom line is, Harvey, if you want to actually have a civilized conversation, I'm more than willing to. You let me know when you're ready to. When you're ready to let somebody else speak and you're ready to hear what other people say, versus if somebody says something that you don't like, cutting them off or, as you saw, hanging up the phone. That just, you're like a 2-year-old throwing a temper tantrum because you're not getting your way, and that's pretty sad. No, it's not good for the views, the Rook. It's not about views. This makes the whole movement look pathetic. This whole thing. It makes everything look pathetic. And it's funny because he's going to attack me for stuff that he was cheering on. I.e., he was in the comment section in the live stream people were asking. I said, "Oh, I'm going to call Harvey." I didn't have to call him. That's why I didn't end up calling him. He was in the the chat of the live stream. You can ask anybody that was there. He was in there, and he was giving it his seal of approval. And so was he doing with Portia. He left comments on that video. So it's fine. Not worried about it. It's a shame that we couldn't talk, though, Harvey. I was hoping to at least get a chance to talk to you and ask you a couple questions. If you guys have any other questions you want to ask me, feel free. Yeah, Jermaine, man, I know. I tried, man. Just that he does not. If I don't go along with what he is saying, then it's a problem. And that's literally that's what's wrong with everything. So somebody like Harvey, they're the kind of people that would then become a dictator, because if you're not doing exactly what he wants or exactly as he feels it should be, then you see what happens. It's a punishment for not playing his game on his terms, and that's just not right. I believe in everybody having their own individuality and having their own ideas and beliefs. There's no reason why this should be happening. This is absolutely insane. So, I mean, as I said, guys, I don't share the same ideas or beliefs as Heather and her group, but I'm not going to sit there and attack them because I don't believe the same things as them. That's not fair. It's much different. I mean, they're not sitting there and telling people to do UCC ones that can be punishable by up to 10 years in prison. All they've said is, hey, just wait back, guys. It'll be sorted out and whatever. They've supported Harvey and myself. So, I mean, he's sitting there and he wants to drop some people and attack some people that have supported him. So it's like everybody that supports him. And guys, I really wish that I had the old videos from Harvey's original YouTube channel so that you guys could see all these new people that are saying that I'm this or I'm that. They could see Harvey, the real Harvey in action, where he was screaming at people over reversals, and where he was screaming at people for calling him, asking him questions, or emailing him, asking him questions. He's just, if you don't do what Harvey wants, then Harvey doesn't have a use for you. So it's fine. And he claims that this is all him, but as you heard, he got the information from somebody else. So it's not like Harvey's a rocket scientist that sat out there and figured out if you use the routing number and the account and your social as the account number that it does this. He took somebody else's information and then he made it popular, which good. I'm glad he did. It brought all these people together. And I hope that Harvey realizes that he's being petty and silly. And whenever he's ready to really talk, then I'm ready to do so also. It is what it is. It's a shame. Yes, positivity. That's it. Luckily, I got all you awesome people, so that's all that matters. All that matters is that I got all of you awesome people. And I'm so grateful that Harvey had brought all of us together. That's what's important. Because as I said, the movement is not Harvey's movement. It's not my movement. It's nobody's movement. It's everybody's movement. So everybody's movement. It's each and every one of you guys. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And I could sit here and I could be petty, but it's not going to solve anything. That's why I said I'm done being the community guard dog. If something is like seriously wrong, then I will. But besides that, I think I've put enough information out there on that regard, and I'll let people make their own decisions based off of their own guts. I'm going to try to focus more on educating everybody and, you know, empowering you guys. I'm not even going to block Rosemary. Rosemary will see the light. Everybody will see it. So, you know, it's fine. They're looking at it from one perspective because they were over there and they know how it was being, the picture was being painted there. But the truth is anybody that's sitting there talking, you know, negative coming from Harvey's side, watch this live stream and see the truth. Because I sat there and I tried, and I was trying to be respectful, and I tried to speak like an adult, like a debate would actually go. But unfortunately, it was, yeah, it was not going to happen. So, you know, when I do a debate, I believe that you should give the other person a chance to speak and not freak out if they bring up something that's powerful, or it's something other than what you want. So that's thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Yeah, it was supposed to be a convo. You're right, but unfortunately, it didn't go that way. So I tried to, as soon as I saw the direction it was going, I tried to let it be a debate, because then it's a little safer. I did not hang up. No, he hung up. I was still talking as he hung up. Guys, yeah, let's not go into the don't start going in racial stuff. I don't agree with that. Let's not do that, because that causes division. We don't want division. We want to be unified together. So he intentionally hung up because he didn't like what he was hearing. If he wants to talk, he's more than welcome to call back. I will talk anytime. I wasn't rambling. I was speaking on point. There was nothing rambling about that. If you were over there, you probably couldn't hear me because he wouldn't stop talking for 2 seconds to let me speak. Yeah, he was trying to make it. I know he's trying to make it seem like I hung up. I didn't hang up. You guys heard I was still on the phone with Reboot America. So how would I have hung up? I had him. It was a 3-way call. Reboot verified that he had hung up. So. Yeah, Mariana. It wasn't even attacking people. I was trying to protect people, but I realized that it's not my job. Well, it is my job, but it's not my job to, you know, I got to try to, my problem is I feel a lot of times like I have to save the world, and you know, I got to do what I can with who I can, and focus on the Fed and the BIS. That's how to save the world. We had a mediator, believe it or not. We had one, yeah. No, he's not going to talk to me. That's fine. I don't want to talk negative about him, though. I really don't. Because either way, you know, he's still a human being. So maybe he'll see the light. Sure. If anybody's got a question, just put a hashtag in front of it. Thank you, Jermaine, for being a great friend, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, all you guys. You guys have been awesome. Thank you, guys. What's up, Tom? You have a question? Can we go over all the facts we currently know? As far as what, Dan? What do you mean by that? Let's see. Let me see where that. What facts specifically, Dan? Parasite Robbins. No, I haven't. So what's next? That's a very good question. What's next is to continue trying to find some. One big thing that I want to do with the community is try to find some of the contact information for some of the higher ups at the Fed. I also I'm going to try to I'm going to open up my phone so that it'll be able to call internationally. I'm going to try to call the BIS and record it. That's what we want to do. What we want to do next is what we've been doing all along, waking people up and ending the Fed, ending the BIS. Because the truth of the matter is, and this is kind of the conclusion I came to, is we can sit here for the next year trying to process these payments and hitting walls and getting reversals, or we can aggressively wake people up and try to end the Federal Reserve and the BIS, which will get us our trusts, because the fiat currency is actually it's got no value. It's a negative value. It's debt. It's not going to do anything good for us. So what we want is we want the change. We want what we've been trying to do all along. I love all you guys too. Yeah, I actually have more info too. I have that check from that gentleman. I don't know how who here was in the live stream Saturday, but if you hadn't already seen it, well, Deadpool, waiting was not my fault, man. They were doing maintenance on the lines, and I lost my service while I was waiting while they were doing that. But I have that gentleman from the conference calls check, the picture of the check. He obviously covered the important information on it, the routing and account number. But that check is actually the first proof of cash, if you will. So I'm going to be throwing up that video with everything crazy that happened. I didn't have a chance to. So I'm going to get that out to you guys. But that actually in itself, we're also going to be calling Fidelity together. I'm going to be on three-way with them. And I'm going to record that call so you can get all them to verify everything about that check. And that actually, that can be used. I personally feel that can be used as a tool for reversals. That, hey, proof has come out that the account is not negative, and this gentleman got a check from Fidelity from using his account. So that means that you guys are keeping the funds, because we all know that when the payment gets reversed, the money doesn't go back. If it goes back, then they would have to they actually get a fine for sending it back. So so yeah, that can be used as a tool. I think that's going to help with a lot of the reversals we've had. Yeah, the swear. I know. I'm sorry. I just got kind of frustrated with the fact I couldn't speak. Thank you, Queen. Much love. Let's see what other questions we have here. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, I agree, Angel, but we can do that. And that's what the unification, that's where that comes in. I mean, unfortunately, as much as I would have loved to have unified with Ginger and them, I can't, because they're putting out the wrong message and they're getting people hurt. And there's some other things there that seem very that raise a lot of serious questions. Now, if it wasn't for that, I would have loved that. But we have a lot of other people unifying, and the unity, that's where that kicks in. And that's why I was trying to, I really was hoping that this conversation would have gone more productively, I guess is the word, because it's obvious. I mean, there's nothing, I am here with, and I have always been here with my real name, with me. I mean, I'm transparent. I'm as open as a book. If you guys ever have any questions that you want to ask me, I don't mind. You know, that I've told you from the get-go. I want you to. And when it comes to like Heather and Randy, I voiced my concerns for some of the stuff with OPPT in the past, but just like, and I was kind of hoping that he would see this and look at the perspective that, just like Bleeding Edge Digital goes and talks a lot of crap about myself and Harvey, there's people out there that are going to make up stuff and talk about, you know, different individuals. Truthfully, from what I found is, yeah, they have their own beliefs and their own ideas, and whether we think they're weird or we don't, that's, you know, that's like judging somebody based off of their race. It's their religion or their idea. We have no right to judge them for that. Everybody is free to have their own, you know. And Heather was arrested at the White House. She was trying to go and so whatever we think. I mean, I'm not putting anybody on a pedestal. Here's the way I look at it. Okay, they're human beings. They're in jail. They're going through court for serious charges, and their court case is very much relevant to all of this with the accounts. They changed information on their court documents. They lied about Randy, saying that he changed a digit on his social security number, which is the only reason they were able to arrest him, from what his cousin was telling me. And that my information hasn't even really been coming from them. It's been coming from his family. So, and she's not affiliated with OPPT. So I look at it from a human being perspective, and whether it was myself or Harvey or any one of you that was in jail, I would be doing the same thing, because we are a family. We are all humans, and we are all in this together, and we need to look out for each other. I mean, they were arrested under the guise of the terrorist task force. When that kind of stuff happens, you wind up, that's when people disappear. They end up in black sites, black site jails, and stuff like that. So, you know, to just totally say, well, they're not important, dump them. I mean, and then when I said, well, is that what you would want to happen if you were in jail? Yeah, that's fine. And then he backpedaled, because of course no, he doesn't want that, and said, well, if it's you or me, it's different. No, it doesn't matter if it's you or me. It doesn't matter how much or how little you contribute. It does not. That's that selfish me mentality. And that's what I was saying. I'm separating myself from people that have that selfish me mentality. If it's all about you and you're all about yourself, then no, that's not why I'm here. I've said time and time again, I want to open up these accounts, and I want to fix the slavery system and get everybody free, for even the people that have talked bad about us, the naysayers. Also for the people that are asleep. It's not just, oh yeah, I'm going to take care of myself and screw everybody else. That's not the kind of person I am. I never will be. I never have been, and it's not going to happen. So I was hoping that, you know, that was the same for other people, but ultimately each of us has it's our life, and we make the decisions that we want in our life and how we want to go about it. So I'm not going to judge you know, him or anybody else for their decisions. That's their decision in the end. You know, if something happens and they end up in a bad situation or they need help, I will be there to help them regardless. just because that's the right thing to do, and that's what I'm doing. If something happens and Ginger and Portia, they get in trouble, I do the same thing, even though I don't agree with what they've been doing. It doesn't matter. They're all human beings. We're all human beings. We need to be there for everyone. You guys are absolutely awesome. And don't look at it as a divide. I know that he's saying that you have to make a choice of either you're with him or you're with me. But I'm going to tell you, you don't have to make any choice. You don't have to choose me or him. At least not in my eyes, or over here you don't. You can choose to watch and listen to Harvey, and you can choose to watch and listen to me. I'm not going to make any of you guys make any choices, kind of like how I was just given. The problem is that people don't understand with me. I don't take ultimatums. I don't take orders. I'm not controlled. I don't have strings, and I refuse to. So that'll never happen with me. You guys want call-ins? Yeah, why not? Let's open up the lines. Just for you guys, because you're so awesome. I wasn't going to do that either, but I will, just for you guys, because you guys are so awesome. And anybody who's feeling the opposite way, if you want to call in, I'm not going to censor you. You're more than welcome to call in if you're feeling somehow that, I don't know how anybody can interpret it, that I, did anything wrong there, because truthfully, there's no way that could be interpreted. But if you do, you're brainwashed and you believe that, and you want to call in, I don't care. You can call in. Just don't directly attack me, because I don't deserve that. I try to be, peaceful, and I try to speak. I really did. I was hoping that was going to work out, because, like I said, I considered Harvey a friend, and it really kind of bothered me what had happened today. But I'm not going to let it kind of, it's not going to stop me. And I know he backpedaled on the second video and said that he wasn't attacking me, but that's why he said flat out, you're better off just disappearing that way, because I'm not going to stop. Well, I don't take that. I don't let people intimidate me. It's very hard to intimidate me, because I know what I do and what I'm doing is just. So Jermaine, will you do me a favor and jump on the call, man? I'd love to have you on the call, brother, just to help me out, help me handle some of that. And if Triple's on, if Triple wants to hop on, man, I'd love to have Triple on too. Let's have a show of unity, man. One second, I'm just closing some tabs here so it doesn't. All right, so we got a couple people. Guys, feel free to call. The number's on the screen. And the access code is on the screen. Feel free to call. Give me your thoughts on everything. If you got anything you wanna say. As I said, you guys are more than, you know. I'm not going to make anybody make any choices. I actually encourage everybody to both, you know, still continue to get their information from both places. That's not the person I am. So, all right.
Welcome. This service is provided by freeconferencecall.com. There are 4 participants in the conference. Q&A session has started.
All right, we got the Q&A started. Jermaine, I'm just going to unmute you. I don't know if Triple in here. What's up, Jermaine?
Yo, yo.
What's up, brother? Hey, man, thank you for being awesome, dude. You're awesome.
Hey, man, I love everybody, man.
That's it, brother. That's it. Were you given an ultimatum?
For what?
I was given an ultimatum yesterday. I don't know. I didn't know if you did, because he said he gave a couple people ultimatums. So.
Shit, not that I know of.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go on anymore because I don't want to put you in a bad spot. I just was curious if you received one also. Don't be surprised if you do, though.
Man, say I'm doing my own thing over here, man. That's what we gotta do. We gotta do our own thing at the same time.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
Yeah, unite the family, man. That's all we can do.
That's it, man. That's it. All right, we got a couple people in here in line. So those of you that called in that are trying to figure out how to get in line, just hit *6 and it'll put you in the queue. Hello? 510.
Hey, Mike.
What's going on? How are you?
Good. It's Barbara. I called you today, but the reason I'm calling tonight is I want to share something with everybody. I have been doing a lot of research on different methods of getting access to different accounts via the paper route, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I walked into Wells Fargo today with a out-style money order and introduced it to the teller to pay off a debt in Wells Fargo. Well, the first time I walked up to the first teller, he had no problem, put it through, not a problem. The problem is the account was closed, so then he directed us to a personal manager just not to do this that way. So once we hit to this guy and we handed him our style money order, he didn't know what to do. He went to the back office, they came out, they read all of the documentation that was attached to my style money order, didn't know what to do, went back to his office, he called higher up, had to go through the whole rigmarole over who we were, what we were doing. So then finally about 25 to 30 minutes later, he comes back and says, okay, we're going to process this for you. Go up to the counter and the lady will process it and give you your receipt. So they put it through, they gave us the receipt, and it said it was getting tomorrow morning into the bank account.
So it processed through and you got it in the bank account?
Yeah, and we got a receipt saying it was going in, and
does it have to clear?
Well, it said to be in there tomorrow morning.
Okay. And you did the R-style money order, the one from Eon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been watching him. He's got a lot of good information, man.
Yeah, I researched it for about 3 weeks. I had to feel confident in what I was doing. I researched and researched and walked in with confidence and with another letter. If they were going to reject it, I was going to give them a letter to validate the debt and walk on just through paperwork. I was just going to give it to them one piece after another and just load them up with it. So, but they never asked.
Yeah, definitely. That's
It was a good day. My friend and I were like, yes. I mean, they didn't know what to do. It was funny watching them running around. They didn't know what to do with this piece of paper. Another thing. It was funny.
right. Well, you know what? Can you do me a favor? Like once that clears or whatever, would you mind maybe taking like a screenshot or something? Obviously, wipe out any of your important information so that we can add that to the list of proof, and let me know. Keep me in contact, because if that works out well, then you know, actually, I don't know if you got the new business phone number that I set up for the channel.
Well, I was on the chat Saturday, and you gave me your number, and I used it today and left a message.
Well, I'll give you this is the business phone number. If you end up everything goes through good, just give me a shout, and I'll try to get some more information from you on it. All right?
Yes, I'll definitely share. Definitely. Give me your number.
Here's the number: 318-228-1572.
All righty. I will call you in 12 a.m. your time. I'll call you later today.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Keep up the movement. Let's go. We got to get them.
That's it. Much love.
Thanks.
281.
Mike.
What's going on?
Not much. Am I coming through clearly?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Just a little bit of a side note. Being in the oil business myself and living all over the world, just a little bit of information. I'm trying to figure out how to take the next direction. I have a green card in Nigeria and in Brazil as well, considered like almost like a dual citizenship. So I was talking to the local embassies when I've been overseas, and I was curious how I could hold those positions overseas, like a dual citizen, if I was an American. And they said, well, that's because you're considered, you know, based on the birth certificates and all this other information, people think you're a corporation, when in fact, you're not really a corporation on paper, you're unincorporated. But corporations can be unincorporated in term in the UCC, and they can be unincorporated. Well, where we stand today, we are really unincorporated. That Social Security number, yes, it is a marking number for us, but we're unincorporated. So through the UCC, I found out in talking to these other embassies that for me to gain the real control over it, all I had to do was file a commercial lien. And I was kind of curious if you've heard anything about that from anyone else.
I don't know where are you getting that information that you file a commercial lien. You're talking about filing a UCC1.
No. It's not a UCC1 is essentially just a financing statement.
Well, you can file a lien through the UCC, though. That's what you're talking about doing.
Right. You would use the actual, in the UCC codes, you can file a commercial lien. And it requires no judiciary process at all. And until someone stands against you and refutes it, it stands in any court of law anywhere.
Who told you that, though? Because that's like along the same lines as what everybody's they're all directing people to do. But from what I'm finding is when you file those liens fictitiously, because they consider it fictitious, you can actually be looking at some serious legal consequences, and you're putting yourself back in the system.
Okay. Well, see, now, when I was talking to some of my friends overseas in the embassies where I was working in the oil field, specifically, like I said, Brazil, Nigeria, and then again, the deputy minister over in Angola, the way to do it was was very simple. It was just to go to your local courthouse as a start and file a commercial lien against your name in all capital letters with your social security number as we'll call it a serial number. And all you're really doing is stating for a fact on a piece of paper that's being recorded at the court, which becomes law, that you have a lien against it, just like if the IRS files a lien against you to get some of your property.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been trying to warn against. That's all part of those systems. That's what all those systems are using. And I actually, on the last conference call we had a gentleman who had he had filed all of the secured party creditor stuff, and he had filed the UCC documents, and he's still in the same exact boat he is today. I don't know if maybe outside of the country it's doing something for you, but he from being in the country, it hasn't done anything for him. And from what I found, I showed that on the last conference call also. They actually changed the laws now so that they can come after you harder for improperly using those different UCC filings. They consider them, like harassment, and it's a broad spectrum. That's the thing is, they say specifically in that article I was reading, but if when they say something so that's open to interpretation so easily, like they could say that you're filing that in a harassing manner towards the government for not being able to access your trust fund or your fictitious, you know what I mean? That's the problem with a lot of the legal jargon, is that if you especially when they made that such a broad area that to interpretation, that's how they end up getting people. I mean,
and I don't want to interject, but I don't want to lose this train of thought. Just as a little seed, I would like for you to digest as you're talking about the BIS.
Yeah.
If you send that certified, or not even certified, but just a simple notarized an affidavit with a witness, say, send that commercial lien to another, let's say wherever the BIS headquarters is, you send it as notice of record to them, not in the United States. Send it from yourself to them, filing the UCC commercial lien. You're outside of the jurisdictional realms that would be imposed on you here. Your lien is originating where it's going to be recorded legally. So say you send it there to where a central bank is, like the Central Bank of London or the BIS, then it becomes a fact of you are an unincorporated foreign interest, even though you're standing here in America, and you're going to utilize the BIS service to gain a foothold or an edge or some kind of maybe a disposition that would let you. Am I going too far on this?
You're not going too far. I just I personally am steering clear of any paperwork, any documents, just because of the fact that there's way too many there's too many what ifs with the different paperwork.
Right.
And also whenever you're filling out that paperwork, you are you're putting yourself back in the system, and you're giving away your signature, which is the only real thing of value in the system.
Well, here's what I was going at with this. Say, okay, wherever you live now, if you live in Texas and you filed a commercial lien to your neighboring state of Louisiana, well, if you filed it on record in Louisiana against some property or something there in Louisiana, even though you're in Texas, then it would be a state-by-state jurisdiction where they both conform to a UCC code. It is uniform for a reason. But in the case where there's a, like you'd say, a transposition on yourself where you might fall, like some legal action may fall upon you, well, because you're in Texas and you recorded and started the filings in Louisiana, then Louisiana would have to come get you. That to, you know, do you understand what I'm saying? Almost like extraditionary. That's why I said send your filing or your lien, just a notice of, let's say not even doing a lien, just notice of a lien is not actually producing a lien. So a notice of a commercial lien isn't putting the nail in the coffin, and you send it to the BIS to be recorded legally and get a response back. That's kind of a direction I was thinking about taking to see what was going on. And I heard you mention talking to the BIS like I was going to. What were you thinking about talking to the BIS about when you called them?
Oh, I'm calling the BIS to tell their asses that I'm exposing them and that I'm not calling them for any paperwork. I'm calling them to give them fair warning so that they can realize that we are about to take the BIS, which has been able to hide and operate in the shadows for a very long time, and we're about to basically light the billboard up and let everybody know where they are, and that they are the ones that are controlling 95% of the world's finances and the world's wealth.
Well, I'm on board with everything you said so far, and this was just, I'm trying to get a different perspective. Like I said, it was when I was bringing this up, it was about doing a notice of commercial lien, not actually putting the nail in the coffin and doing a commercial lien, and then getting a response back from them to see, you know, they can either reply and say, you know what, here's your paperwork, or you have grounds to do this, or you don't have grounds to do this, and proceed from there.
Right. Yeah. No.
Because it is international settlement. You know, it's international settlement.
Oh yeah.
And
I get
therefore, I'm not originating from the U.S. with the filing.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying. And you know, that's ultimately that's something that'll be up to, I guess, up to personal judgment. Me personally, I'm staying all the way away. I'm staying away from any of the paperwork. I'm just gonna be going ring a ding ding, and I'm going to be smacking that bell tower, letting them know that that we're coming for them. That's all.
Well, I appreciate your time. I know there's been a lot of people who have been really patient, and I don't want to take up all your time. However, if there's anything you want to discuss any further, I'd be more than willing to talk to you and communicate through any medium you'd like to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you have my email, but I got that. The email is. Are you on? Did you call in, or how did you?
I was watching the stream and just picking up here and there. So yeah, I'm sure if you've got a link somewhere on the stream to you, then I can find it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put the email in on the live stream.
Well, like I say, you know what? You just keep your head up, man, and keep plugging on, and don't let the little squabbles inside of a family bring the house down. And, you know,
I'm not.
It's history now. We can't change it.
Yeah, no, I'm not. And it's still, the fact still remains. If Harvey decides that he would like to, hash it out and talk, as long as I can actually get a word in, I'm more than willing to do so.
That's the only way you can air out the house is by opening the doors and windows. And again, man, keep it up. I know it's hard.
Thanks, brother. I put the link. I put the email in the live chat.
All right, I got you. You take care, brother.
You too, brother.
Bye.
Bye. All right, where's this thing? There it is. 7:06. What's up, Jermaine? I heard you chuckling when I said I'm gonna light the billboard.
I was tripping off the fact he thought maybe you was calling to have a casual conversation with him. You know, kind of like the conversation he wanted to have, but I said that might be a different conversation right there.
Oh, he was asking if you wanted to have a conversation with him.
No, he was saying you was gonna call the BIS.
Oh, the BIS. Yeah.
You like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm on some more shit.
Yep, that's it. What's up, 706?
Hey, what's up, Mike? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Hey, what's up, man? Look, it's crazy. I know that you've been through a lot tonight, and I know there's a lot of people, waiting in line to holler at you. And I just, I don't want to take up a whole lot of everybody else's time. I mean, I know that you got Jermaine on here. I just want to say what's up to Jermaine, say what's up to Triple, and everybody else in the family. And everybody to know that I got nothing but love and light and peace and respect for everybody. Even the people bitching and moaning and bickering among themselves in the fucking comments. But I wanted to throw some information out, just to get it off my chest. This whole squabble tonight was kind of unnecessary.
Yep.
But at the same time, it was very necessary.
Yep.
Right, because like there's this old saying, right, like among warriors, that steel sharpens steel or iron sharpens iron, right? And that's how you iron shit out, really. I mean, there's only one way to gain anything on this planet, period. No matter what oppressive system you're under, you got to sweat before you eat. It's an old African proverb. You got to sweat before you eat. So every bit of blood, every tear, every strain, every struggle, it just makes us stronger as a group. But at the same time, I just want to get this out there. Harvey Dent, I love him. He's my brother. He's cool. I've been following him for 10 minutes since he found this shit out. I mean, I've been following Harvey as long as he's been on YouTube, okay?
Yeah.
And Harvey didn't start this fucking movement. Harvey found this information the same damn way that I did. People have been trying to access these accounts for fucking, on paper. I mean, as far as recorded history goes, I mean, at least since the mid-70s. So for him to just kind of like, it's funny too, because it reminds me a lot of the whole Trump versus Hillary bullshit.
Yeah.
People get on like somebody's bandwagon, and then it's like my team versus your team shit.
Yeah,
right?
it's silly.
We're all on the same fucking team.
That's right.
And, like whether you're right wing or left wing, it's the same fucking bird. Okay. And what people don't understand, and everybody is looking for something, because they know that the shit that they've been eating their entire fucking life is not what people say it is. And our education system, I mean, hell, Triple covered this tonight. Our education has been tainted, our food is tainted, our air is tainted. They sell us fucking air, man. They sell us fucking water. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And all of this dumbed down bullshit inside of all of us, that little Jiminy Cricket has been saying, this shit ain't right. There's something fucked up. How the hell is every other commodity that's valuable on this planet that's traded and purchased, sold by the weight, but a $20 bill and a $100 bill and a $1 bill, put it on the same motherfucking paper, and all of a sudden everybody just bows down to authority, right? The only authority on this fucking planet is your consent. When you give it to somebody, they got it, period.
Definitely.
When you flinch, they own you. And we've all been owned. You can call it slavery. You can call it fucking brainwashing. You can call it being asleep. But calling a spade does not change the fact that you're playing the fucking cards. You're at the table. Every one of us has just as much fucking responsibility as you, or Harvey, or Triple, or Jermaine, or Ginger, or Jerry, or anybody else in the fucking movement. And they call it a movement because your ass can't sit still on topics like what we did tonight.
Yeah.
We gotta keep moving. I've been in this shit years. I've been researching this. Hell, I had 4 or 5 years ago, I had videos on the topic taken down by YouTube, right? Everybody's always afraid of the men in black, right? It's not always the men in black that fuck with you. Sometimes it's the channel in red.
Yeah.
And when 6 people own 90% of the media, when 3 families own 90% of the fucking wealth, you've got to fight back every way that you can, but you've got to be strategic. And at the same time, you've got to keep the same amount of love in your heart toward your enemies, toward yourself. You got to keep the same amount of objectivity and you've got to keep the approach has got to be rational. I want to commend you for the fact that through all this bullshit today with Harvey and all the fucking trolls and that bleeding edge motherfucker and all this shit that he talked, man, I just want to say, one man to another man, I'm proud that you're my brother. I mean, I have not agreed with everything that you did. If I did agree with everything you did, I would trust myself even less. Okay?
Yeah, definitely.
But at the same time, I love the way that you stand up and you stand in there. You don't get emotional. You don't go taking your shirt off on the live chat and making fucking faces like this is some third grade rap battle behind the gym at 3 o'clock. I mean, you stood up like a man, bruh, and I'm proud to fucking call you my brother. I'm proud to call you my brother. I'm proud to call everybody my brother. We're all in this shit together. And anything that I can ever do, I have some information that I haven't seen. Like I said, I've been doing this shit for years. I have some information I haven't seen anybody put out there. But at the same time, I've had my shit shut down. My entire shit shut down. And you know, I know Jermaine's been out of the workforce for about 9 months. It seems like to me, like you've been, you know, kind of not working. I hope your truck is. But a lot of us quit the system, quit playing the employee 9-to-5 job because we knew that we didn't need it. And this is the one piece of information that if anybody takes anything away from anything that I said, I just want you to carry this with you. Your journey, even though we're in this shit together, is your journey. What you believe is what paves the road for what you're going to find. You cannot find shit if you do not look for shit. But if you look for shit you will find. And so if you're looking for freedom, then you keep looking and you'll find your freedom. I found mine, you found his, you found yours, Tripp found his, hell, Harvey found his, right? What you do with your freedom. Because we're free to do whatever the hell we want to do. As long as you're doing the right thing, your freedom is a good thing. If you're not doing the right thing, if you're fucking up and causing division and bullshitting in the damn store, in the fucking chat, then, you know, that's what your life's going to amount to, right? So definitely. I appreciate you. I just want to say thanks for everything that you did and that you've done so far. And, you know, I'm going to keep following y'all find our.
Thank you. I appreciate it, brother.
All right, man. I'm going to let this go to somebody else, but just keep your head up, man. You're doing the right thing. Definitely,
brother. I appreciate it, man. Much love, brother.
Much love, bro.
254.
Hey, Mike, you there?
What's going on?
Okay. Hey, listen, a few things. I'll try to make it quick. First, I want to say thank you for everything you're doing, man. It's very much appreciated. And just whatever you do, don't let it rattle you. Just keep the course.
Definitely.
I've got 3 real quick things here. Number one, as a third party, what I'm seeing is that I don't think Harvey, and I'm not speaking for him, this is just my opinion. I don't think that Harvey necessarily sees Heather as pivotal, or you know, if you will, deep into the movement and actually being one of the founders of it, if you please. And that may be his bone. I don't know, and it's not really important. But that's what I'm picking up from him.
Right.
And you know, that's you know, either way. But if she is, great. And I know that about the her filing for the trust, et cetera. I know about that. There's whatever he may not accept that, but that's where he's coming from. That's what I think where he's coming from. But speaking of Heather, question: did I read right or misunderstand that? Is her hearing starting tomorrow? A court meeting or something? Is that tomorrow?
Let me see. With everything going on, truthfully, I didn't have a chance to double check and see what went down. I think last I knew it was, hold on, I'll double check for you.
Okay.
While I'm doing that, was there anything else that you wanted to ask or add?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily her, but that one caller that called in earlier was talking about those orders from Eon. I spent a considerable amount of time, going through all of his videos, and especially concerning those money orders. And I actually considered doing that myself. But nonetheless, when this person gets back with you, will you, in all likelihood, be making some kind of a statement or a video concerning that? And the reason I'm asking that is also there was that fellow, that person, and you did do a video on what I'm about to say. Was a guy who got a hold of Telcheck and set up his commercial, had them change their settings so that he would be recognized as a commercial account instead of private.
Right.
Have you had any fallback or fallout on that, or any more any more news on that, and if that is working, or was that just one of those one-time things that worked for him, and then we're all still
no? A lot of people have had actually a lot of luck with once they've called Telecheck, but the common problem is that some people have had success and it's stuck. Other people have had success buying the item once they've called Telecheck, and then the payment has reversed, just like everything else. I think it's really just kind of like a flip of a coin. It depends, because that New York Times article, they clearly stated reversed, so people are manually reversing those transactions. And I think with all of these new routing numbers that got spread around, it almost seems like it was done intentionally to get people to stop using the original routing numbers, maybe to make it easier for them, because they were getting hammered for a while. So that's kind of why I've stuck to the original method. But as I've said, the Telecheck has helped some people. It's also not helped some people. So it's you got mixed reviews. But then again, also depending on people, some people may have done it correctly. Other people may not have. We're all human, so we're all fallible, and we all make mistakes.
Right.
But we are still dealing with the reversals, even when doing that. Some people have had luck, but unfortunately, when it comes to the proof factor after using Telecheck, if they're working consistently, I haven't really had enough information on that. That's why I say I'm going to continue to give updates on the accounts, and I'm going to continue to work with people and research on them. People that want to work with with me, but
you will let us know about these those money orders. How that scenario works out for that.
Yeah, when she gets back to me, I'll definitely update you guys as to what she what comes back. I may, if she's actually willing to, which she joined a conference call and was willing to have her voice heard. So I think she'll probably be willing to do a phone call with me, I would imagine, and be willing to tell her findings with that in a phone call, so I can get that out to you guys.
Okay.
But I know that if you're looking for the information on those money orders, you can get them from Eon. He's
right.
been the big one that's been kind of leading the pack when it comes to the R style money orders. I have done a little bit of research into them, but I haven't gotten like crazy because I haven't had the time. It is something that's on my list of things to look up and understand fully. As far as Heather, there was a court date. There was a court date today, it seems, and there's another one tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2:30, and that's Heather will have a jurisdiction hearing at 10:30 a.m. Tuesday, August 29th. And Randall Keith Bean will have a hearing to represent himself on Tuesday, also at 2:30 p.m. So
good. Thank you for that info.
And Judy Jandora is down there. She went to Tennessee, so she's able to cover it. Judy and I talk. That was one of the people that I started talking with that's on her team and kept a line of communication open with. She's really nice. So if you find her, she's on YouTube. If you find her, you'd be able to find information from her as well. And then she'll update me. She actually messaged me today.
Okay. I appreciate all the info. I would like to give one quick shout out, and I think that you would be all for this, and it would be for Triple. He's got a lot of good info, and
Triple's good.
And he's 2 thumbs up, just as you are in my book.
Yeah,
and,
Triple is a really good egg, man. He's a very, very caring and loving individual, just like Jermaine is. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. And I think Harvey is a riot, and I mean that in a good, loving way. I think the guy just needs to maybe take his foot off the gas pedal just a little bit. On an attitude, and but other than that, I'm with you. I am all for him, and I'm all for the group, and I'm all for the family. And but anyway, again, thank you for everything you're doing. I'll get off and let somebody else have it, and I'll be sure to listen and keep an eye out for what you're posting.
I wanted to stop and say, because he brought up Triple and Jermaine also. Jermaine and Triple both have been, I consider both of them friends. They're very good-hearted, loving, kind individuals. So any of you guys that haven't already gone over to Jermaine and Triple, I would definitely recommend checking out their channels and subscribing. They both have been putting out some really good unity style info. And for those that don't know, with Jermaine, Jermaine has come out and explained, Jermaine's been on administrative leave because he had a video of him feeding the homeless, and in his uniform. He worked for the post office, was it, Jermaine?
Yep.
Yeah, he worked for the post office, and he ended up giving his lunch to the homeless, and he had it recorded, and he got put on administrative leave for doing that, for being a kind-hearted individual, which is messed up. Yeah, that's.
Did they penalize him for that, or was that a thank you? That the time off that he got. Were they reprimanding him or thanking him?
It was
rewarding.
Yeah, he got reprimanded. He's been on administrative leave for months, right, Jermaine?
Since January 5th.
Yeah.
Oh man. God, I'm sorry to hear that. I am so sorry to hear that. My intent with all of this is to fulfill my calling, and a part of that is helping people, even those who screw themselves up. And I was told this years ago, and that's exactly what I intend to do. And if they want to, if the kids choose to call me Santa Claus, so be it. I don't care. And my hat and my heart goes out for you, Jermaine. And it won't go unrewarded. Okay. And, God has a way of doing that. He said, among other things, I'll paraphrase. He said that when you loan to the poor, I don't, I see it and I don't forget about it. So take that to heart. Take it to heart, my friend. So, Mike, anyway, I got to get off, and thank you again for all your good hard work. And I am a faithful subscriber.
Appreciate it, brother.
And you take care of yourself, man. And I'll keep my eyes and ears peeled. If I find anything or hear anything, I'll let you know.
Thank you. I really appreciate the support, brother.
You're welcome. All right. Have a good night.
You too. Much love.
Bye-bye.
502. 502.
Hello, Mike?
Yes, I'm just having a lot of trouble hearing you.
Yes, I'm gonna walk outside.
Okay.
I've got an autistic grandson, and he's listening to the vacuum cleaner. Hang on one second. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I just have a couple of questions for you. Do you agree that the Pope should be in charge, the ultimate power of the world?
No.
Do you agree that we should not be allowed to have property ownership?
No.
Okay. Why haven't you shared that with the rest of the group? That's what Heather says her paperwork did.
Where do you see that?
I sent you the link.
When
did
you send it?
To her recording.
When did you send me that?
And that's been 2 weeks ago.
What's your
2 or maybe even 3 weeks ago.
What's your name, so I can find it?
Tama Gibson. I think it actually says Tama Yeager Gibson.
Okay, and
Tama
where was the information coming from that said that Heather's paperwork did that? Was it from
Heather?
Was it from
Heather, Lisa, and I forget the guy's name. They did an interview, and she sat and I knew it beforehand. I was following Heather, knew of Heather before she was OPPT. I've been in this shit since '89. And back in '89, I knew people who had been in it since the '70s. This is nothing new. This is an old fight. Heather herself, in an interview, and I sent you the link to it, and I've been putting it underneath of the videos. I've been trying to talk to people about it. Heather is not who everybody thinks she is. The only reason she's in jail right now is because she pissed off the fucking Rothschilds. Excuse my French.
Okay. Well, I will definitely look into. I'll definitely look at that. I obviously I'd want to verify that it's from her mouth that's being said, and if it's not, then I'd want to verify that it's coming from an actual credible source. But yeah,
well,
I mean,
it's all linked back to IUB.
Okay.
And I sent it to you, and I talked to you about Agenda 21 because her filings is nothing but paving the way for Agenda 21. And I asked you about that. You need to be telling the group about Agenda 21. That takes me into my next question.
Yeah, that's something I already have on the list of things to do. I mean, I think that the common misunderstanding here is that people think that I'm just ignoring things, or that I'm not intentionally not covering things, but that's not it. I'm all about covering everything. It's just there's only so many hours in a day for one person to get everything. You know what I mean?
Can I give you some advice? And you can look me up. Look me up under Courier Journal. Okay, that's the town that I'm in. That's the main newspaper. I've been in that newspaper time and time again because years ago I used to be very active in political situations and trying to get legislation either passed or stopped, or I was very active up until
Now,
09 when I become sick.
right. Now, when
And
you're
now my grandson.
when you're saying that Heather said those things, did Heather specifically say exactly those words, or are you
Yes.
are you
She
interpreting it
No.
from something else that was okay? I'm
No,
more than
she-
willing to go and take a look at that. I will. You know, I don't remember having an email from you that said specifically that. Otherwise, I would have checked on it right then and there. So.
Oh, well, you replied back. And you said, thank you so much. God bless you.
That's an autoresponder.
I will be looking into it.
That's an autoresponder because I literally get hundreds, if not thousands, of emails,
I believe
sometimes days.
I believe that.
Yeah, it's an autoresponder when that hits.
Okay, well, listen to me. She says, I'll send it to you again. I'll go. I'm outside right now because of my grandson. But when I go back in, I'll resend it to you, okay? To the
Yeah, do that.
Stop the Chaos 07, okay? Not the dot stuff. But
Yeah, that's
stop
fine.
the Chaos, yeah, okay? But she states the videos broke up into 5. It's broke up into 5. In the second video, she says there was 194 branches, and I forget her exact wordings, but they've all been done except for the Vatican. Okay, and then you can tell that this conversation that's going on, and I wish I could remember the interviewer, which is not really an interview; it's all set up. They've each got their points they've got to make in this interview, and so he says some more things, and he says a few more statements. But she says it's all been done except for the Vatican. All of it's been collapsed. All of the corporations have been collapsed except for the Vatican. And then he makes a couple of statements, and then he makes the comment that there's 3 custodians: the earth, us, and God, Creator, whatever your belief is. Okay? Do you know what the Pope is?
Oh yeah, I don't believe
he's
in.
Supposed to be?
Yeah, I don't.
He's supposed to be the vicar of Christ.
Yeah,
in other words,
I don't
the
believe in.
representative. No, it's not about a belief.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Vatican and the Pope, it all ties back to Jesuit Rome. I'm against. I believe in Christianity, but yeah.
Okay, but you understand, it doesn't matter if we believe it. Okay.
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
You cannot believe in the devil. It don't mean he ain't gonna get your ass.
Right.
Oh, excuse my French. Okay. So he's the vicar of Christ. So he's representative of God on earth. Okay. So then that's that. Okay. So they didn't collapse the Vatican. And here's the 3 custodians: Earth, God, Earth, us, and the Creator. Then you go to video 3 at the 7-minute mark, and she proceeds to tell us that when you go to put down money to buy land, you're not buying land. You're putting down honest money for a co-custodianship. But you can have your experience with the land as it grows naturally. Okay? Do you hear Agenda 21 in there? As it grows naturally. Who's the 3 custodians? The other guy just told you in video 2. Us, the earth, and God. Well, they didn't collapse the Vatican. So Pope's in charge. Then she goes on to justify it by saying, we do not have property ownership now anyway, because the way the UCC filings is, and we already understand all that. We don't really own our property. We're tenants on our land, and we have our cars, but truly it belongs to the state, the corporation, that we've got possession of it. Okay, we understand that, but that doesn't justify her filings doing this. Then she proceeds, after she tells us that, then she proceeds to thank the Rothschild. She says, and I must take time now to thank the person who made this all possible. And like I said, I was following her before she was doing OPPT, before OPPT came around. She worked for a Rothschild. The Rothschild paid his trust attorney to help her write up these forms. All those UCC papers, she didn't write them on her own. The Rothschild paid for the trustee, his trustee attorney, to help her write those papers. It's all a setup, Mike. And the only reason she's sitting in jail now is because she was supposed to have went away, do the paperwork, and go away. She didn't do it. She likes attention. You've never met her, have you? Have you met her face to face?
No, I've said several times I haven't.
If you ever do, you'll see it. She loves to be center of attention. She's a compulsive liar, and she's helped set up Agenda 21.
Yeah,
Okay.
send me the links. I'll check it out. But you know, I want to verify everything, obviously, because that's how I do things. And if I find that that's accurate, I definitely will put that out. That's
Now I'd like to give you some advice on this movement. I understand you're one person. I've been involved in many different organizations in my 47 years. Here's some advice. You do these calls. What would be nice is if in your call, at the end of it or the beginning of it, you decide a topic, say Agenda 21, or AI, or thought crime. You know, this is all, the only thing anybody talks about is the freaking accounts. There's a whole lot more at stake here than them accounts.
well,
If people would realize what's at stake, they'd stop worrying about them accounts. Because what's coming down the line in the very, very near future is very ugly. And once they have us in our little human habitats, there is no turning back.
Well,
We won't.
Well, we're not just focusing on the accounts. The moral of everything is to end the Fed, and now the BIS, now that they're on the radar, that ending the Fed will ultimately stop all of that, because they're the ones that are controlling everything.
Okay.
The BIS and the Fed. You know, the conference calls are for people to. I've made them so that, you know, they're open topic or the closed topic. I don't want to just specifically say that this call has to be this, because there's people that, you know, they want to call in, they want to get their voice heard on whatever subject it is, and it's supposed to be more for people just to be able to get their voices heard and get whatever it is that they, you know, feel they want to share or ask or whatever out. It's just, it's for everybody. I don't want to take control of it in that way, because
two points on that. You don't have to make the whole call back. Okay? You give a topic. Next week, okay, how many calls a week do you do? Sometimes you do what, 3? I don't even know how many calls you do. 2. Yeah. I know you do 2. But anyway, once a week, give a topic. Next week, on such and such day, we're going to discuss this issue. Everybody go out and research this. Educate the people, right?
Yeah.
Wake the people up, right? Wake them up. Well, if you don't have any information, you don't even have enough information to ask a question. Not you, Mike, but you, the American, you, the person out here in this world. You see what I'm saying? Point them in the direction. In the description box, I'm going to leave some links that you can check out to get you started. Then the next week, on that call, set aside some time to discuss that. Educate the people. And you can still have your call-in part.
Well, yeah.
You know, down in the box where people are chatting. Hey, well, I found out this. This is what I found out. That's how you get people educated. On top of that, you need to start delegating stuff out to people. Okay, like Triple, he's like took his part. He's like, I'm a good motivator. He knows what he's good at. He stepped in and he's just doing it. He knows what he's good at, and he wants to do it, and he's doing it. Jermaine's good at researching stuff too, so he's in the background doing that. Ask for volunteers. Somebody take on the different accounts, the different, the lesser bank account, the whatever. Divide it all up. You ain't gonna answer all these emails. If you really want to get this ball going, it's gonna take more than one person. And I understand that we all have to be our own leaders, but the group needs a leader also. To have a movement, you need a leader. You are that person.
No. You don't need a leader. You don't need a leader. That's where people mess up. Every single one of you are your own leaders.
You are the go-to. Do you think Martin Luther King wasn't a leader?
Right. That's what actually. That's why most movements fail. That's why most things fail, is because people make it that they have to have a leader. So say something happens to that leader, they get arrested, they get pinched, they get killed. Then the movement dies because people then are lost looking, where do I go? Where do I go? Now we don't have that person to follow or to lead us.
If the movement dies because the leader was taken out, then that was excuse my French, a piss poor leader.
Yeah,
he should have his right-hand man that knows everything that's in charge. And if something happens to that leader, the second one's right there. Why do you think we got a vice president? I understand it's a corporation, but there's a reason why you got a vice.
That's
everybody should have that. You have to have in a group. You can't look. Don't mince the words here, Mike. Yes, we all have to be our own leader. I have to be the leader of my life. I'm the leader of my family. But this group has a leader also. You're the go-to right now. Harvey is a leader. Harvey is a go-to also. But for different aspects. You're the leader of this group. You may not want it, but you got it. You may disagree with it, but the minute that you don't think that a group needs a leader or that a group has a leader, that's the nature of the organism. It's got a brain. It's got a leader. And if you don't know that, it's already failed. Don't even have to take you out. It's already failed. You delegate it. You chop it up. This part of the brain does that part of the brain does that, and you come together. And you make a plan. And think about this. You're thinking you're going to take out the FRB and the BIS, and that's going to be the end of it? These people don't answer to nobody. Nobody. FRB doesn't control it. The BIS doesn't control it. Rothschild control it.
Right, but they are part
Royal
of
family controls it. Pope.
They're part of the taking down the Federal Reserve and the BIS. Once we take them down, if we are able to take them down, that means we have enough people behind us to make a real change and make a real difference. And that's what that entails, is waking up enough people and getting enough people organized to the point that we can actually accomplish that. Once we have that, once we have the people, we have the numbers, we can do anything at that point. We can take the country back, and we can put the country right. And when I say take the country back, I don't want that being misinterpreted, as I know that they'll love to misinterpret that. I mean take it back in truth and peacefully, as in make change in the correct way. So I want to clarify on that. But definitely, please send me those links. I would really appreciate that. I'll take a look at it. As I said.
Do you know who Michael Tellinger is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's another thing that the group needs to know about. The bankers have already been taken to court over this very issue. That court case needs to be gotten and gone through by somebody who understands how to read that. And you can have all the people in the world, until you got the military in your pocket, it's not going to matter. You know, you told me in an email that you know about Agenda 21.
Yeah, I've known about Agenda 21 for about 6 years. And
okay, so then you know that they don't care about mowing us down. They want us out in the streets. They want us protesting. They want us divided. That's what they want. So you can have all the people in the world until you've got that military listening to your commands. It ain't gonna matter.
Yeah,
There's a way to beat them, and
don't,
it's a peaceful way.
see. I prefer to not look at things in that way. I don't say that things won't matter or that things can't be done, because when we say that things can't be done, or we automatically cut ourselves, give ourselves a loss before we even begin, then we're setting the tone.
You didn't hear my whole sentence.
Oh, okay.
I said it doesn't matter unless you got the military. But there is a way to beat them, and it's a peaceful way of beating them.
Well,
all you got to do is listen to Michael Challenger.
Yeah, that's what I had said, was we got to do it peacefully, which we can. We'll get it done. We've got,
because if you had that many people, like the 14,000, when the movement was hot, we can all be rich. Every one of us rich, living in whatever house we want to live in, with a feast on the table, custom made clothes, big TVs, whatever we want.
Yeah.
And we ain't even got to argue with them. Ain't even got to argue with the elite.
Well,
it just takes a lot of people.
and
it don't matter about the military. Military don't even, they can keep their military. Once that group gets big enough, once that organization gets big enough, military's going to join. And then have to starve them out. The elite is a mighty opponent.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The only way you're going to beat them is strategically. You got to outthink them.
Yeah, no, I'm working on all that. As we get more minds together, we'll come up with more stuff. But I'll definitely check out the information. Send that over. I'll take a look at it when I get off the call and see if I can verify everything. And yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, well, I'll be sending it here in just like 2 minutes, and I'll be looking forward to some videos about it.
Sounds good. Thank you. Much love. (903).
Hey, Mike, what's up? Damon, paralegal guy.
What's up, brother?
All right. I want to be real quick, 'cause I know you probably do have a lot of calls on there, but from the sense of the young man that was speaking to you earlier about the UCC thing, and I understand that the young lady said that Heather wrote that, but we're going about it the wrong way. The legal way of doing everything is that he's absolutely correct. If you file a UCC, you're gonna be able to actually file a lien against the name in capital letters. And how you do that is when you go down to the county clerk office, you register your name in capital letters as a corporation down there, and anyone can do that, because I did it for years for my businesses and everything. And then you take that and you copyright it. When you go file a lien against that, you file a lien against a copyrighted and registered name, and any kind of debt that you put that's attributed to that name in capital letters, you are the administrator of that. And that's all that the UCC would do in that instance. It's not something that you get in trouble for. It's just that if you don't understand that you actually don't control the name by copyrights or registration, yes, you're going to go to jail for 10 years, of course. But if you do those first two things first and then go file the UCC, you file a commercial lien against the name. That means every single debt that's under that name in capital letter, you're saying that you're the executor for that. And you can administrate funds from that capital name to pay whatever debt that the capital name has, which should be all your debts, because they all come in capital letters. I want to say that first. That's the first thing, and as a paralegal, that's what I've been looking into, and I follow everyone with the TDA accounts and all this stuff tie in together. But in order for you to actually get this done, you have to do about legal paperwork first. I understand that you said you object to doing the paperwork route over, and I understand that. But remember, as a paralegal working with crooked as attorneys all the time, if you don't have the paperwork in hand, there's nothing going to happen in that type of court, and you know that. Nothing's going to happen. If they don't see it on paper or whatever, nothing's going to happen. So until you put it on paper, each one of these different organizations that you have to go to get this paperwork have to administrate it, because it's out of federal rules of civil procedure. If you tender a document to be recorded on record and they deny, the clerk is the one that goes to jail for a year and a $500 fine. So they're gonna always accept all your paperwork. Just in your UCC one, you'll file a commercial lien against your name in capital letters, which you actually own. And once you do that, and say your capital letter has a $42,000 vehicle that you have to pay, you send the paperwork in to IRS, which is the bank, IRS bank, the Social Security, which is the bank. You send that paperwork to them, and you put on their right pay to the order of the United States without recourse. You write it on whatever coupon, whatever statement you got. You send it to the IRS, and they're the one that pays it, because you are the person that's recognized as the person that's the executor of your name in capital letters, and they know that because each one of the registrations that you had to do prior to that, they have access to that.
I've got people that did that.
That's one of the reasons why you get reversed, because you don't have access, you don't have no control over the name in capital letters.
I just had a gentleman on the call on Saturday who did all of that, and he still is getting reversals. It did nothing to change anything. He did the paperwork a year ago. He did one of the paid systems a year ago, and it has done absolutely nothing for him. If you want, it's the conference call from Saturday. I think he was about halfway through the call. You can, I would listen to him before you go and file that, just because, as I said, he was kind enough to disclose that to us. He was talking about something else, and it came up that he had filed all that about a year ago, and he still is having reversals. He's having the same exact results as everybody else. See, that's the problem with the ACH Accounts Unleashed method, and they flat out admitted that by filing those all of those documents, filing all that paperwork, that it still will not do anything for you now. The whole basis that they're claiming behind all of that is that you have a legacy Treasury Direct account, which is total nonsense, and that when the crash reset happens and the sky falls down and the rainbow shits out of the leprechaun's ass, that then you'll get your whatever it is money that they're claiming you'll get, but it won't be American US dollars. It will be some other form of cryptocurrency or whatever it may be, which that December 31st date falls in line with Swiss Indo, and it falls in line with the New World Order, UN, all of that. So I understand, and you know, if you want to try it, you're definitely, brother. I support you in anything you do.
Well, actually, Mike, I was calling to say that I did try it. And the fact that that young man, whoever, I'm going to listen to that call also, the young man that you spoke with on that call probably did everything right, but I bet he didn't actually know the bylaws to getting that stuff done, because he probably don't even read that detail and stuff like that. And when you go to school for that and they pound it in your head, and when you start researching yourself, you find out this. So what I did was I did all the steps I mentioned to you, and then I went and I opened up a TDA account, and I added my child as a minor on there, and I told him I want all of her assets and everything that she has, securities, where she has, transferred to his account. Once I send you this UCC form, and the IRS has to send me back some document that was stamped that I have to send to the Treasury Direct account to show that I have complete and control over the name in capital letters. And the lady, I wish I would record that call and let you hear it. The lady at Treasury Direct was just, you know, saying that, well, if you bought Treasury already, or you have Treasury already, you can transfer it as long as you can prove that name is yours. That's why a lot of people are not trying to open up the Treasury Direct account, but they're trying to use it. It's kind of like, for instance, if you go to a Walmart and you go pick up one of the credit cards they got, and then you try to swipe it and pay for something where you haven't did you haven't did everything you're supposed to do to access that. So how are you going to access a TD account that you don't own? So the fact is, you open up the account and you anticipate on those securities being transferred over there. And of course, it's not going to be the fiat dollar. That's garbage. We talk about you can transfer silver and gold, like silver, eagle coins, stuff like that. Because if you copyright and you have your name copyrighted and registered, if a police officer stops you and sends you a ticket and put your name on there, you can send him a bill and ask for them to pay for it in silver eagle coins, which is legal tendency according to the document. And if you do that every single time that someone uses your copyrighted name on a document, you can sue them in court. And that's a part of the so-called exercising your control over the account, because the people will be trying to levy something against the straw man name, but you have access to it. So when they do that, you do a commercial lien against them for the straw man account, and it's going to cancel each other out. But the only one going to win is to be the one that has the correct paperwork when they go into a court, assuming that they think they have jurisdiction. When you squash the jurisdiction part of it, they lose.
I know a lot of what you're talking about here, and I have done my research on that as well, with the sending bills and getting paid after filing all that paperwork. There's a lot of talks about that, but I still have I've actually, like, believe it or not, I've been looking into that for quite some time. I still have yet to find any solid, verifiable proof that anybody has actually succeeded. I've seen a lot of fails on all of that. I have not seen anybody succeed on that regard. I have seen some, like, politicians. There's what's his name? He was I think he was a congressman or a senator or something. I think it was in Maine, if I'm not mistaken, where he went and fought a court case, or it was a driver's license, driving without a license, and he went to court and he fought that with the filings and whatnot. I didn't see how it ended up ending. I don't think it was that long ago that began, but I have still yet to, and that's something I was really looking for, I was looking for the proof on all that, because trust me, had I found the proof, then I would have definitely been more willing to entertain it more. But that's the common problem, and it's not just going off of the one gentleman that spoke up. I was referencing the one gentleman that spoke up because he was willing to speak up, and it's on live recorded. There's been quite a few people I know that have gone down that path, and they have not been successful. They have not received anything any differently. Now, however, I do know someone, and I wasn't going to let this out until I had verified it. This is what I was talking about on Saturday, that there is a method through Treasury Direct where you can get a prepaid debit or credit card. And I want to make very clear before I say this, I am not promoting this. I am not telling anyone to do this. I am only saying something that I heard, and something, this is for entertainment purposes only, so let me make that very, very clear. That from what I understand, if you get a prepaid debit card and you put, say, $20 or $30 on it, that you can go in Treasury Direct and you can purchase so many CVIs, and from there you can cash them out within 3 days, and at that point you won't have, like, you can buy more than what they're worth, but the main thing from what he was saying is you cannot buy any other securities there, but you can do that. There's a guy that got up to, like, I don't know, 80 grand, and he started out with only $20 or $30 on a prepaid debit or a credit card, and he was able to get up to like 80 grand and actually cash them out and use them as cash. I'm going to put up more information on that once I find out more of the details. But that is something that I have heard is possible. But again, I'm not promoting that, and I'm not telling you guys to do that. So please, if anybody goes out and does that and something happens, remember, I said I'm not promoting that, and I'm not telling you to do that. I don't have all the details on it, and I want to make that clear. But you guys did hear that here first. So
okay. One more thing, Mike, is that one of the documents I have, I guess I'm gonna forward the documents to you and let you take a look at them. But one of them is a debt validation document that you send to the creditor.
Brother,
hold up, so many things they have to send to you to validate the debt.
Hey, brother, one
discharged by operation of the law.
Hey, brother, just 1 second, because I don't want to. I meant to add this one last part in there before people go and do that.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to interrupt you. I just wanted, it's important. With that, guys, what I had said, he didn't go and you don't need to file paperwork to do that. So I'm not saying that you have to go out and file a UCC or anything to do that first. From what I understand, you can do that just anyway, but I didn't say that you could do that. So I just want to make that very clear. That was for entertainment purposes only. That's only a, what would you call it, Jermaine? Like a theoretical, that's a theoretical idea that is possibly valid or whatever. So, okay, I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. I just wanted to make sure they knew that before I.
Okay. No problem. I can speak freely because I have a license and I can do this, so I'm not worried about them talking about me practicing law without a license because I can by the Constitution.
Right.
But anyway.
And for you should try that out, man. Since you got the Treasury Direct account, I'm not telling you to, but that's feel free to try that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good idea. It's a good point. It's taken into consideration. You know, I'm always open to anything. So I know it's not legal advice, so I understand it. I have a document that's called a debt validation document, and what the person does, they get a copy of this document, they fill in all the information, they send it to the CFO, and they have so long, 30 days to send you every document to prove that you owe them a debt. And if they do send them all, you can get it discharged, and if they don't send them all, then it's not even a valid debt, and you go from there to discharge the debt, to going through the government, which you have to go through them because you have to prove that it's fraud, and all mortgages and car loans are all fraud. So if I show everyone this document and you take a look at it, you'll see what I'm talking about, because after that, every document is only remedied in favor of the plaintiff, which is you.
You got access to your funds?
In my TDA account, no, I haven't even tried it. I'm listening to what people are saying. And like I said before, I'm forwarding all this factorized trust and all this other stuff to them that I filed in court that I don't want to speak with you all about on this call. I'm sending all that to them, and then they're verifying that the account, that you do have an account there on your social even before you even apply for it. And then the idea is that how can you prove to them that you have access to the name in capital letters, where a copyright and a registration with your county that you live in proves that you have access to the name. And by filing if you file a lien, a commercial lien against that name, whatever the debt is that you're claiming that name owes you, they have to give it to you, and that's by law.
Do you know anybody that has actually went through the paperwork process that has actually accessed the fund or the account?
Actually, no, because the main reason why, because I know for my reason why is because I want to make sure that I get everything clear, so I don't want to go in there the first time and mess everything up for everyone else. When I go in, I want to go in directly, know exactly what I'm doing, get it done. I don't want to go in there with a few points I'm not sure of. I want to go in there when I'm sure of everything.
And you don't care if you're putting yourself back in their system?
I don't want to do that either, and it'd be hard for them to do it to me.
Well, I mean, anytime we sign anything with government documentation, we're giving them implied consent. That's what I'm concerned with.
Well, in the county clerk part of it, I can say that, copyright is universal. You can copyright that anyway, copyright songs, music, poems, whatever. So, you can do that. That method is already, it's tested and proven true. But as far as when you're going down there, you're registering a company, like in Texas, it's for 10 years. You're registering, you're paying a little fee, and you tell them that you are operating as this name, your name in capital letters. They have to let you do that. That's the first piece of evidence that you would need to do anything else.
Hmm.
I'm telling you. Because when a police officer pull you over to the side of the road, they pull you over for speeding, and when he runs your name, it's to say, for instance, you don't want to give him information, but you give him your name. Once he runs your name, he's gonna see that your name in capital letters registered with a county, maybe not in this state, but in another state. So he already know he has a disadvantage. If you start spitting out statutes and case law to him, you know automatically he can't do anything.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. If you register the name and copyright it, you have the legal rights to it. Now, send it to everyone else with the factualized trust and all the information is up to you. But if you don't have a TDA account open, you're not going to ever access the funds to pay any debt, and you're not going to get cash. So far, what I've seen, you're only going to be able to pay debts. That's what it's for. And Social Security confirmed that. And also, Mike, you made the same call I made to Social Security. They confirmed the same thing. And IRS did the same thing. They gave me the address to send the coupon that you're going to write, pay to the Order of America, the United States of America, without recourse. They told you, they gave me an address to send it to. So if either IRS is BSing me around, or they're being honest because they know that you know a little bit more. So I'll find out in a moment as soon as this thing comes back for my vehicle that I sent and paid off. And IRS said, no, we have the information. We just waiting for them to deposit the legal tender or the negotiable instrument to the bank so we can pay it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, keep me in the loop with it. Let me know how it works out. I mean, I hope it works out better for you than it has for a lot of the people I've talked to.
Well, what I wanted, I did create a YouTube channel. It's Texas Paralegal Guy. If everyone go there and subscribe to it, I would make the videos and I would make the documents downloadable in the comment section so you can get it and look at it for yourself. Again, this is not giving you legal advice for entertainment purposes only. I'm not an attorney. I wish not be an attorney ever, but this is for entertainment purposes only. I will let you see the documents that are legal, that the court recognizes being a legal document by the federal according to the federal rules of civil procedure. I'm showing you a document. What you do with it is you can do it on whatever. It's self-explanatory, but I'm not telling you to do it or not do it. I'm just telling you that I know what I'm doing as a person in legal, and it's working for me so far. Now, as far as getting access to the funds, that's the next thing I was working on next. But I know it does pay debt, and it goes through the IRS, and Social Security has to verify it.
So you're saying that the IRS you have to go through to get the funds from the trust?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I've.
The main reason why, because everyone keeps thinking the IRS is this big tax company when you know that paying taxes is fraud already. So if you bring it up to them in the first letter you send them, you bring it up the first time, they already know what they're dealing with. So when you go in and try to pay a debt, if you're not going through IRS or trying to notify IRS, it's not going to get done. Period.
Well, right. I mean, when it comes to like A for V and stuff, you would use the IRS definitely. So I mean, that's sensible. But the IRS, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to call them tomorrow and try to get some information from the IRS.
Okay, and I would, like the young lady said earlier on the phone, you need to delegate authority to somebody, because even you're not the leader, you're the assumed leader right now. And if you need research or someone sending you information, you don't have time to look at it, you can forward it to me. And I sit and look at statutes and case law all day long. That's all I do.
You got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, you just said it's
yes,
Texas.
I just started one.
Texas Paralegal.
It's, Texas Paralegal. Texas Paralegal on YouTube. I just started one. And I'm going to make short videos about the things that I'm doing so that everyone can see, okay, well, that's what he's doing. It's working this way, whatever. Then you can, choose on yourself if you want to try to be free or you want to try to do it a different way. But if you don't let those people notify the government or IRS or Social Security of anything you're trying to do, they're not going to let anything go through. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is you push the pressure on them that you own the name. That's the only way you're going to be able to get anything done. No one's going to listen to you or do anything. They prove that you own the straw man.
You're the same paralegal.
Those are the only two legal ways you can do it.
You're the same paralegal I was talking to earlier on Skype, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely definitely want to talk some more with you. I'm gonna call the IRS tomorrow. Try to see what I can find out.
What I'm gonna do on the channel, I guess the first video I'm gonna shoot, I'm gonna take pictures of my documents and show you where I got them notarized. I got a 2-cent stamp and had the post office stamp that, and I got a fingerprint and all that other stuff to put on there. You got to do everything the right way. You can't have one thing
Right.
missing.
Otherwise, you're looking at getting arrested.
So you're looking at everything still being reversed, because if one fingerprint is not right and it's not the right color, they're gonna reject it.
Yep.
If you sign with the wrong color ink, they're gonna reject it.
I mean, me personally, I'm still gonna stay away from all the UCC and all the other shit, but I'm definitely willing. I'm all about looking at information and trying to find, decipher what seems best. And if you think that you found some ways that may be safe, then I will definitely. I'm not closed-minded, where it's a big difference what you're talking about compared to what the ACH group was talking. It was like all over the place, and it was just
the last thing I wanted to say, Mike. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I know you got other callers. The last thing I wanted to say was that you can also file a commercial lien against a commercial levy against the name without being name filing UCC. You can do it yourself, because you can, the specialized trust makes you executor or a so-called attorney in fact of the name, so you can file a commercial lien without the UCC.
Right. Yeah, I definitely would like to talk with you a little bit further. Maybe we can do that not tomorrow, today. I keep saying tomorrow as in later today, but we can definitely, I'm sure Jermaine probably would want to get in on that too. So
yeah,
so
if you don't mind,
since
Mike,
you
you
have
can pass
a
my
hangout,
information on to Jermaine, and I'll be up until 7 o'clock in the morning doing exactly what I'm doing now, trying to get answers so I can come back and contribute to it.
Okay. Yeah, and yeah, since you have a YouTube, we could always what we like to do now is the Hangouts. The Hangouts work perfect because you can share documents and whatnot, screen share. So maybe we can set up a time to do a hangout tomorrow. We'll invite Triple also and take a look at what you're working with here.
That's fine.
And yeah, definitely. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah,
no problem.
I've never had
for doing what you're doing. And I'll say my last thing I want to say is that if Harvey reacted the way he did, if you take any kind of psychology class, you can tell that the dictatorship type attitude. Psychology tell you something wrong there, and if you want to continue dealing with Harvey, you can. But I'm telling you that other legal minds besides myself that are doing this, that thank him for introducing us to the movement, but it's time for us to move into a different direction where people actually get successes and no reversals.
Yeah, no, I totally agree there. I mean, the ultimate it's. I also want to stress though, it's not just about. See, that's the problem with what some parts, some different areas of this movement have become. It's just all about like the accounts and the money, and it's not all about that. It's freedom. It's ending these corrupt institutions. Taking back our country, ending them. The Fed, the BIS, and so yeah, definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to hearing what you got, and being able to look it over with you and get an understanding and a grasp. It's good to have, it's nice to have some people with legal background, here trying to work along with us on the same team and that are part of the family. That's awesome, man.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you go because I know you got other callers. I just want to put that part in, and you all can contact me, get Jermaine my information, and then we'll go from there.
Awesome, brother. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. No problem.
Bye. 757. 757.
Hey, Mike, this is Eugene.
What's up, man?
Not much. I want to thank you. I did go to your website and I looked at one of your videos, and it gave me the information I need to go ahead and try to pay a bill. And Sunday night, I went on ahead and paid it. Looked on here today, and it said it was canceled. And so there, I was disappointed at that. But then I said later on, I said, well, I'm going to look at it again. And I looked at it again, and it said posted. And I said, whoa. So I wanted to get your understanding on that. If it says posted, and it said it gives the amount that you paid, and then it said, now it was supposed to say the balance was zero. It said my balance was far less than what it was before. So am I still waiting for a reversal? Because I know they said they wouldn't send me an email for like 3 to 5 days.
All right, I just had a little bit of trouble hearing you there. Can you say that again? You're like very low, and there's a little bit of background noise.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Would you mind trying to say that again? I'm sorry.
Is the background noise from me or you?
I don't think it was from you, but you're like really, really low, like volume-wise.
Let's see.
I think you're just soft-spoken. I think that's all it is. You're just soft-spoken, so it's just harder to hear. But try again.
Yeah, I paid a bill yesterday off of the information I got off of one of your videos. And I did that Sunday, and then today I checked it. The first time I checked it, it said that it was canceled. And then I checked it again later on this evening, and it said posted. And it said posted, and it gave the amount of money that was posted. And then it said my balance was like $83. But the bill was for like $922. So I'm thinking I'm still probably not off the hook yet. But isn't that saying that they were notified of the money?
So you paid it, it reversed, and then it kind of reversed back, and it's saying that it's a partial payment went through versus a full payment. Is that what I'm gathering?
No, the full payment went through.
Okay.
But it never said it reversed. It just said cancel the first time, and then it said posted. Now I think that the credit card company, they got the wrong figure, because it was supposed to be I'm supposed to owe like $922. But when I looked at the bill online, it was like $1,038. So I'm thinking that they just looked at the wrong balance, because I know I only owe $922, but it said that it posted $922. And if they would have looked at the right value or the right balance, then it would have said that it was a zero balance. But they're saying it's an $83 balance, which if it goes through, I can straighten up that over there. But is that? I mean, they wouldn't lower the balance if they didn't have the funds, now would they?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It depends on. There's multiple factors on all of it. It depends on the company. It depends on there's a third-party application that's processing the payment. There's many factors that go into it. If it said posted, then that means that the funds were transferred, that they actually had posted to the account. Confirmation, and then a posted. Posted is when it's actually hitting the account. So I mean, if it's showing that it's paid, then you should be good, unless there comes a reversal. But being the fact that it says posted, that means that it paid. So
right, so that's kind of like validation of the fact that I do have access to my fund, or there's
that there's an account. Yeah, it shows that there's an account. That there is an account there. That's yes, but the thing is, like I always try to tell everybody, is keep in mind that there may be a reversal, which you know, because that's their only defense is the reversal. So you may see a reversal, and you know, you may end up with an extra fee or something if it does reverse. You may not get a reversal. It's kind of hit or miss if you get a reversal or not. It all depends on if they catch it and they do that. I mean, I have some that have stuck. I have some that have not. So you know, I would say you're not out of the woods yet for at least a couple weeks. But yeah, no, I stay positive, remain hopeful, and if it does reverse, then call them and you know, start asking them where the funds are, because you know that there's no way that the funds go back.
They can send them back. Right. Yes, I was calling really just to thank you, because like I said, I called you 3 times before that, you know, I was kind of like crying because I just didn't know what to do. But that video that I looked at on yours, it kind of got me through it. And but another thing, that lady that came on there and talked for about a half an hour on Heather, the things that she was talking about Heather, I agree with what she was saying. I'm kind of thinking that she's looking at it the wrong way, because the way I heard it about Heather was pretty much the way she was saying. Heather was deep into working with the people that's in control of this, but once she found out that what was actually going on, that's what kind of made her turn to try to help people as opposed to the banks, because she was into that heavily. So I kind of was feeling like that lady was kind of like a troll, because she spent a lot of time talking about things, but didn't help anything for the, you know, to the knowledge. She didn't add any knowledge, you know. She didn't add as to where she was with her processes that she was going through. She said she's been doing it since 1989. It seems to me like somebody who's been in it that long should have had a lot of success stories to share, and that she didn't share that. So I was kind of looking at her as like a troll, because like I said, when she was talking about Heather, I had heard about that, but to say that she's phony, that means she's missed it. She's missed the boat, because you know, say that, yeah, I agree that she's going through all this because she went against she said the Rothschilds. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but she has gone against somebody, because it's kind of like she, from what I understood, she turned on it and realized that how the banks were really ripping people off, and that's why she went into it another way, and that's probably why she's in the predicament that she's in. So I'm still going to back Heather, because only because of what she has done for the many years in her life. I mean, I was told that she is an attorney, and she was working on bank finances, deep and heavy into it. You know, things that other people, you know, I mean, she was in control of some deep stuff. So I until I see otherwise, I'm backing her.
Yeah, here's the thing. I take, just like I've been saying with everybody, you know, any information, if somebody's got something that they feel, you know, or they find information that is factual, I will look at any information that anybody provides that is they feel is crucial or important information, and if it turns out that it's factual or it's you know, crucial or important information, then I'll share it. Now, if it's just perception, or if it's, you know, somebody's what do you how do I want to say that? Somebody's interpretation is what is being shown, then no. Because interpretation and perception are totally different from fact or reality. Sometimes people have you know, one person can see a wall and say that wall is blue. Another can see that wall and they might be colorblind and say that wall is gray. So there's very many perceptions and you know, opinions or whatever. So she said she was going to send me that. I will take a look at that. I'm actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to forward that also to Jermaine and Triple and some of the others that are working with us, and I'm going to see what they have to say. If they find that it is factual, then yeah, that's important information. If it turns out that it's not, and that it's just perception or opinion, then no, I'm not going to go and broadcast that. Now, as far as like the Agenda 21 stuff is concerned, yes, I as I said, I've been familiar with Agenda 21 since probably for the last six years, maybe 7. That was one of the things I found out right in the beginning of my truth journey, if you will. And there's been a lot of things that were being said about that haven't really come to fruition, but then some of them have. And I mean, a lot of what's going on with the fluoride in the water and the poison in the food, and the chemicals that are out there to kill us. I see it. I definitely do. And like the Georgia Guidestones that were erected and then mysteriously erected and then mysteriously taken down. And there's many different things that do show that. But then at the same time, there's a lot of things that have been changed. And sometimes to me, I almost feel that it may have been a plan, or it may have been pertinent, and that it was changed. But who knows? I mean, I keep my eyes open, and I'm definitely, if there's new information out on that stuff, then I will definitely be looking into it. It was something I was going to cover, as I do feel it's important. It's any information is important to everyone for their own education. So I try to handle as much as I can, as quickly as I can. But the demand at the moment, and that's where I think people don't understand, is with how many family members, how many in the community we have, and how many people want to hear about this or this or this or this, or to cover this or this or this. And I agree, Agenda 21 is very important if it is in fact coming to fruition. But I recently haven't had the time to get on that. That was something that was in the works, and I wasn't rushing it because of the fact that there is so much information already out there on Agenda 21. There's like tons and tons of videos out there. So it wasn't like that's kind of why I haven't really put a serious rush on it. I was focusing more on the stuff that hasn't gotten out, that the new stuff we were finding regarding the accounts or the updates or whatever. So yeah, I will be covering that, and I'm going to look into what I think it was Tamara, I believe her name was. I'm definitely gonna look into what she was saying. When I say I'm gonna do that, I don't just say that, and not. If I feel that you're being honest with me and you're giving me something that is potentially information, it would be irresponsible and totally against everything that I stand for to not go and look at that. And that's kind of where some of my frustration and came from with Harvey, is the fact that I from the beginning, the very, very beginning of all of this, I was I mean, how many of you guys that are in here have been with me for at least the last month? Anybody who has would know I've been very critical, and I have definitely been forthright on concerns that I had on some of OPPT's past, and I was honest with them about it. But at the same time, I don't see them. This is my biggest concern, is that, and that's why I kind of let it go, because here's the thing with organizations, just like people say things about myself, or people say things about Harvey, or they say things about Triple or Jermaine, or they say them about whoever. unless there's like cold hard fact to back it up, you know, there's always going to be people putting out information and trying to discredit or debunk. I mean, we know because we with anybody who watched that video I made on the trolls and shills that where I proved that they're real and that I put out their you know, their manuals and all that. I've been critical of certain aspects that I knew were factual, but I let them go because it could be certain. Sometimes you have a couple individuals in a group that give a group a bad name, and it's not the whole group. It's just a couple people in that group that end up tarnishing its reputation or its name. And from the dealings that I've had so far with you know, BZ, and I haven't really had any dealings with Heather, to be honest. Like, I haven't talked to Heather yet. That was something I was working on doing, was hopefully getting, you know, a phone conversation with her so I could talk to her and get her story out, and also get to understand her a little bit better for all of you and myself. But you know, as far as dealing with Randy and Randy's cousin and BZ and Tehran and all them and all of their group that I've been talked to, you know, that for the most part they all are, they just, you know, they don't want to force anybody into their thought. That's one thing they're clear on. It's, you know, if you feel that, it's whatever you feel is how you feel, and you know, they support and don't mind whatever it is that you want to do. And you know, they're not out there like trying to force people to a certain path or a certain method or anything. I see other people demanding that you do only this, or that this is the only way, and I'm getting the opposite vibe, which is why I was like, why am I going to go after these people when they're, you know, that's when I kind of really changed my stance on them, was once I actually got to see them and you know, be in, say, a room, a communication room where, you know, I'm there in there and I can see what they talk about when I'm not there. So it's not like they're not in there conspiring these dark plans, or, so I was like, yeah, they're not harming anybody. So why screw with them? Why give them a hard time if they're not doing anything to anybody? It'd be totally different had they been, you know, actively trying to do, cause negativity to others. Then I definitely would have, you know, you guys know me, I would have been like a fly on shit, but that's not what was going on. So I didn't see the point of giving them a hard time when there was no reason. I'm going to check out the information that Tama is forwarding, and I'm going to send it to Jermaine and Triple. And yeah, I'll let you know, the determination that we make.
Okay, yeah, you mentioned something about having a Skype conversation. Is that for anybody or just certain few?
What do you mean?
You have Skype.
We have a channel Skype for the channel.
What do you mean?
I put out a video with the link to the channel, the YouTube channel's Skype room.
Oh, YouTube. Okay, I'll have to search for that.
Yeah, no, there's a video. It's a video on the main channel, and it's titled the Community Skype Room. It's for it's for our YouTube community. It's I put it. The link is in the description box of that video.
Okay. All right. Well, once again, I want to thank you for your help, and I'm going to be keeping in touch with you.
Definitely. Much love, brother. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. But for you guys out there, I know you're like, well, what was I just talking about? I was just explaining, like, that's why I was kind of a little bit frustrated with how things kind of went. Was on the basis of, of course, if I felt that there was an urgent reason to, or a reason to further look into something or someone, as in, like, Heather and Randy and OPPT, I would have definitely done that. But I kind of did. I did peek in and I did look around, and I didn't see anything going on that would warrant any kind of anything. I mean, to say that they have a donation button so they need to be investigated that's kind of like, it's not like they're out there, you know, screaming from the mountaintops that you have to donate to them. It's no different than Harvey or myself. I mean, we both have donate buttons just as any other, you know, channel putting out information typically does. So I don't, you know, but. All right, 731.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Mike.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. So what's going on? 731. Well, I do feel that I have to explain though, because it's important. It's important for me to give you, you know, to explain that, not for like you guys that already know, you know, it's you guys are already on like the same plane, if you will, so you get it. But it's for those that don't, those that are kind of teetering on the fence. I want them to be able to understand, you know, because this everything on with all of these different topics is very overwhelming and it's very confusing at times, and I'm trying to make it so it's no longer confusing. That's one of the most important things I think that we can do is try to make it less confusing for everybody. That will help the movement a lot. You know, simply being willing to sit there and explain, or being willing to calmly have discussions or debates or share ideas without freaking out on each other. That I think that will be a huge, when that can happen, that'll be a huge, huge development and change in this movement altogether. I think that it would greatly benefit the community, because then you're, instead of having, you know, shutting down and having people I guess feel all those bad vibrations, or whatever you want to call them, emotions. I call them emotions, others call them vibrations. But when you have those bad vibrations or emotions, people then kind of shut down, and they don't get to take in the information as much, because it's just, who wants to listen to that? You know what I mean? So it'd be much better. It'd be a lot better, I should say, if we can get to a point where we can actually do that. I'm hoping we can.
But but my point is, what you have to learn to do is, once you say it once, that's it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to keep explaining yourself. This is your channel. These your thoughts.
Yeah.
And either they gonna run with you or they not. You know what I'm saying? That's the way Harvey feel. That's the way I feel.
Right.
So you don't have to keep explaining yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Just say what you're gonna say. And
problem is I don't look at it as like my channel. To me, it's like everybody's, and maybe that's why, you know, why him and I aren't really seeing eye to eye, is because I just have a different outlook on things, and there's nothing wrong with his perception or his outlook on it. That's him. You know, that's what makes him him, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just wish that we were able to at least talk civilly. It would be nice, but you know, hopefully we'll see what happens.
Whether you believe it or not, it's your channel, brother.
Yeah, I know, but it only you know, we got nothing but time, so hopefully time will heal all wounds and everything will be better, and it'll work. So. 731. Jermaine, I guess Harvey put out kudos for you, brother.
What's that?
For a video you did sharing the work at home jobs and stuff.
Oh yeah, just a little something, you know. Y'all good at the paperwork and all this and that. I just want to, you know, bring my own specialties to the table. So
that's it, brother. 731. You there?
Hello?
Hello? How are you?
Hello?
Hello? I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Okay, I didn't know if that was me or not. They didn't give me a number. I just want to say thank you for all that you do, and I really appreciate it because I just recently started watching you guys, And I'm getting so much information thrown at me. But can you give me your email address so I can get on the email list?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, you want to get on the email list? Are you in the live
Right.
stream too, or no?
I'm in the live stream.
All right, I'll put it in there. This is for everybody. This is to opt into the email list, since YouTube is blocking my notifications and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now 07.intel@gmail.com. All right, so that is the email. Just email there and let me know that you're opting in or whatever. And then I'm still working on getting that list compiled, and then I'll start having emails going out for the conference calls and for the videos as they come out.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Alrighty, bye.
Bye-bye. 941.
Hey, what's going on, Mike?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, listen, man. I know everybody hears this, and I laugh every time I hear this. I'm definitely gonna keep this short, but I'm gonna keep this in a different perspective. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Listen, I spent 17 years in the Army. Okay, and I know there's probably thousands of other people out there that have done sacrifice for the country, and I appreciate everything that you're doing, everything Harvey's doing. I'm trying to get a hold of Jermaine. I told Jermaine, I gave Jermaine my number because I have some things I want to talk to Jermaine about. But my whole thing is, I appreciate exactly what you're saying, and I want to try to put this out, is these people, that they need to understand, just like you're saying, it isn't about the paperwork, okay? It's a lot more than just the money. We've hit something, and I've been researching. I've known this since the 90s. I've known about all this stuff since the 90s. It's just nobody's been able to crack this to where they're able to get access to the money per se, okay? So all I'm saying is, you ain't got to explain to nobody. Just like Mike just got finished telling you, this is your channel. Do what you're saying. You don't have to explain to nobody, man. You have been upright, up front from the beginning, okay? Now, I followed Harvey before I followed you. Now, I have nothing against Harvey, and I'm not going to be divisive and all that other stuff, but all this stuff that's going on now is kind of ridiculous and childish. So I'm gonna let that as it is. But I will say, as a veteran, okay, there's a lot more things going on in this world right now. Okay?
Definitely.
A lot more going on in this world. I done fought 17 years, so I will continue to fight for people like you and Jermaine and Harvey, and to make sure that if this is what it is, that we get what we're supposed to get. So keep on with this fight, and you don't have to keep second guessing and all this other stuff. Just continue doing your research. Somebody they don't like what you have to say. So what, bro? I mean, I listen to you every night. I listen to that. I mean, I come home, I see your videos. I click on real quick. Boom. Jermaine, same thing. Well, Jermaine, I hear these videos. Boom. You guys are straightforward. There's no, and I apologize. I know a bunch of people out there. They're like, I'm like, what's the number? What's the number? And I'm sorry, guys. You know, I just jumped on the call late. But anyways, keep doing what you're doing, man. You don't have to worry about explaining to people, man. It is what it is. The problem is it's a lot deeper than what everybody thinks. And the last caller that got on, the supposed, I don't know, did he say he was a lawyer, Mike?
Paralegal.
Did he say he was what?
Okay, a paralegal.
Yeah.
My whole thing about it, I'm a soldier. I'm not a paralegal. I have no legal other than protective service, and you know the 7 years I did it as an MP, and then the rest of my time as a grunt. The government's too big. Trust and believe when I tell you this. I mean, I've been close, real close to where I have security clearances. It's nasty. It's disgusting. When they're talking about drain the swamp, that's what they mean, brother. There's nasty shit in that stuff, and it's what you're doing. That's why I'm telling you. I give you accolades. I give you pats. I give you daps. What you're doing right now is great. It's gonna take a lot of hard work, brother. It's gonna take a lot, and it ain't gonna be easy. And I know you know it's not gonna be easy. But all that stuff that he's talking about, that paperwork shit, trust and believe me, the paperwork stuff ain't gonna work. I'm telling you right now, I'm not a paralegal. It ain't gonna work. Okay, I mean it's set up where it's not gonna work. Okay, I'm a veteran, and I can't. I put in paperwork to get disability, and I can't even get disability to where I'm at 80%. I got a fused back. I got a fused neck from Afghanistan. I can't even get taken care of. So as far as these accounts, man, come on now. So keep doing what you're doing, Mike. I'm gonna let this go.
Hey, brother.
But everybody out there that's on this call, God bless you. Anybody in Houston, in Texas that are being affected from this stuff, I know Jermaine's out in Texas. I used to live in Texas. God bless everybody. I love you. Mike, keep doing what you're doing.
Hey, brother.
Jermaine, give me a call after this call, and Mike, just be real, man. You don't have to keep explaining to people, man. Just do what you're doing. We all respect you, and it is what it is, man. Just do what you got to do. All right, peace and love.
Hey, brother. Hey, brother. Before you hang up, you there? You still there?
I'm there.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah, I'm here.
What area are you in? Because you said you're having trouble with getting your disability and whatnot. My best friend's actually an Iraq veteran, and he he's had his struggles from everything. But there's a group that's a friend of the family. They started, and it's become a national group for aiding veterans. So if you can email me with where you are, and I'll try to get you set up with someone that'll help you out to help you get that taken care of.
Yeah, I appreciate that. See, that's how I know everybody on the call right there. That's proof right there. Mike isn't a fraud. Okay. Now, and to go in one last thing. Okay.
Yep.
I understand why people have been bringing about the header and all that other stuff. Okay, I can understand that, but it is what it is. Okay, everybody has to be patient and just chill out and do the work that needs to be done. Nobody wants to do the work. You're doing the work, and it's just not going to come that easy. But all I can say is, like I told you before, I appreciate it. I'm one of them soldiers on the front line that's going to fight. I don't give a damn if it has to come to fisticuffs, or if I have to get into my armory and do what I have to do. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is, man. I'm a true 100%. I'm a black veteran. Okay, I'm a black and I'm an American. So all this racist shit and this and that. I'm not all about that. I love everybody. I don't give a fuck what color skin you are. It's all about American and human beings. So, but yeah, I appreciate everything that you're putting out. Keep doing it, Mike. God bless you and God bless your family. Jermaine, you better call me, motherfucker. I'm a goddamn vampire. So I'm waiting for your call. All right.
God bless you as well, brother.
I'm going to be in the chat. Peace out, bro.
God bless you too, brother. Thank you. 989.
Michael.
What's going on?
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
All right. So first, I want to jump on that last caller. We're not black, we're not white, we're not anything. We're American. And you know what? I can't understand why every other country is different.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
We're mixing pot, right?
We're all
mixing pot, right?
We're all human. That's right. Yeah.
So why are we different?
Who's saying we're different?
No, that's what everybody else says. You know, listen to the news.
Yeah, well, that's the
goes,
mainstream
right?
news.
Right? We're all black, we're all white, we're all brown, we're all Asian.
That's just to divide us. That's because we're weaker when we're divided.
Divide us, exactly. No, I'm tired of that because we're all one brother, we're all one sister. Anywho, I didn't call him to really say anything or to say, you know, Mike, I love you. Thank you for everything you're doing. What? I watched a little bit of Harvey's shit before he got on the line with you.
Yeah.
And he was ready.
Oh, what do you mean?
He was ready to do what he did to you.
Oh, he didn't do anything to me.
No, he did it all to us.
Well, that's true, but you know, kind of what he did, he didn't do anything to me. I know I didn't know he was.
You. I'm more saying to us.
I know, yeah. As a group, I get it, and I'm not gonna. I mean, I don't want to sit there and keep bad mouthing or anything like that, because truthfully, I think that he's gonna realize. I think he's gonna realize that, you know, that he's making a mistake.
I'm just saying, you got a handle on people. I'm trying to jump on with you.
I get you. I get you totally.
I've been trying to do my YouTube channel, and I don't know never knew what to do, but now I do.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I definitely get. I know what you're saying. I knew you were trying to support me.
I wasn't trying to down him or you or anyone else. No, I'm not trying to do that.
I think he'll come around. I think he's going to realize he made a mistake, because, you know, that's why I say he didn't do anything to me. The only thing he did is he hurt himself. He has a friend here, and he still has a friend here that's, you know, giving him a lot of support, and I still will.
Exactly.
So.
No matter what, we all get confused.
That's right.
Right.
Definitely, brother.
I just want to. Everyone's out there like, oh, it's the money this, the money that. No, it's not about the money. It's about our freedom. And, you know, I'm tired of hearing, oh, my shit got reversed. My shit this, my shit that. No, it's not about that.
Right. Exactly.
And that's what I'm tired of hearing. Everyone's worried about their shit getting fucking canceled or reversed or fucking whatever. No. The point is, they traded us. They made us a commodity. They made us fucking slaves. And that's the point. Am I right or wrong?
Oh no, yeah, you're definitely right. We've been made into slaves. That's 100%.
But everyone wants to call you and say, "Hey, how do I do this, Mike? How do I do that?" Am I right?
I mean, yeah. People ask me questions, which is fine. It's okay.
I know. You get hit with it all the time. I've been watching you from day one, dude. You know, and I've been all over this shit. And I've tried my shit, and I've done this shit, and I've got my reversals. I've paid my money for my reversals. But that's not the point. The point is, we're fucking slaves. And we got to get out of this fucking slave system.
Very true.
Right?
Yeah, very true.
So, you know what? I give you deep heart and deep love, man. I don't care what we are or who we are. We're all American slaves.
Very true.
So you keep up the good work. I'm going to join you on the good work.
Sounds
and
good,
not
brother.
just hanging around.
Sounds good. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
bro. Keep it up, man. Love you much.
You too, man. Much love. Hey, Levitate. I see you in there. What's going on, man? Uh, 214.
Hello?
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Mike? This is Bruce again.
What's up, Bruce? How you doing, man? We are definitely gonna be we're definitely gonna be putting your stuff out. I'm so sorry, man. Everything just got crazy. That is literally my primary goal now is to put that out. So I'm not letting anything else keep it because that's big. So what's up, Bruce? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man, just hanging in there. But I just wanted to tell you, man, for all those paper people, man, I ain't gonna tell you. I'm not gonna say what you gonna put out there because I'm gonna let you do it. But I'm just gonna hint at it. But I don't feel like I've been in my community 32 years, and I've been at the bottom. I've never had a bank account a day in my life, a checking account a day in my life. I've been only focused on your videos and Harvey, to be honest, and Harvey. I mean, I hate the fact that it went down the way it did, but oh well, it is what it is. Or we can keep it moving and keep it pushing.
That's right.
But what I'm trying to say is, for all those who think ain't nothing in these accounts, man, I'm living proof that it is. And I'm talking about, you can ask my wife this, you can ask my family this. I'm the least person that would do anything when it comes to bank accounts or having an ID. But from all the information that I gathered from y'all, it just seemed like the most obvious thing to find out or to have to prove who you really are as a person, right? And everything that I've noticed that you gotta file, like documents, you need 3 parties, correct? And you need, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, and you need 3 parties. So Money Boy Films. I've been following it. I also was following it. It was the white dude that I was following. My French, I'm a little off, but it was an older dude, I was following him for a while also. And man, I just stuck with what you're doing, because even if it's wrong or right, you still put it out there, and if it's wrong, you come back and you tell them, hey, I was wrong about that. Take that down for a reason. So I mean, characteristics of a genuine person, you can pick up on that real quick. You know what I mean? So, I just say keep doing what you're doing for what you did, and the steps that I follow from your feed, especially the Fidelity one. Oh man, I followed that to the feed. The Amazon one, the Telecheck, I did research with Heather. I even filled out the little I even did a petition. I filled out the petition for her. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's gonna be a lot of people out here that's gonna try to tell us different ways. Ain't no such thing as the right way. The only way is to get these motherfuckers off the seat. And the only way by doing that is there gotta be enough people like you that's behind you, that's helping you lead that charge, or you got somebody with you. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's out there. I'm just glad you put it out there, so people like me got a hold to it. And I'm using it to my advantage. So
definitely,
people can say what they want to say about that paperwork shit. I'm gonna keep doing it the way I'm doing it. I'm getting results over it.
Definitely, brother. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that out with you. That check. Jermaine, I don't know if you wanna you weren't in that call, but I don't think. But yeah, I've got a check from this gentleman. I got a picture of a check that he got back from Fidelity for $500 because he used his account to fund it, and the account they ended up locking his account or whatever, but they couldn't return the money to the Federal Reserve because we know they don't take the money back. So they sent him a check for $500 for what he did. So I meant to do that today, but with everything I got all screwed up. But that's the first like cash proof, if you will. So that's pretty big, and I think that'll help a lot with reversals. So I'm gonna do a video with that, and then we're gonna call Fidelity together on three-way so he can get them to admit to all the information, so that none of the naysayers can try to debunk it.
Oh yeah, that's definitely right there.
That's probably, man, because I keep hearing everybody say, man, like the dude, the paralegal, and then I'll be seeing what people post after this live stream over here. I'm often chat with them, and I see them saying, "Where's the proof?" I'm like, man, say, look, if you stick your mind and focus, like how you saying, if you teaching something, you put it out there, and somebody else grasp it, they take it the next step on, and somebody grasp it from there. I'm not gonna lie, man. If I can do it again, I've been trying to get other people to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me, my friend, I've been trying to get other people to do it. You know what I mean? Cause I really no BS, man. All the side down here in Dallas, man, we got places where we can cash these checks in. It's out there. And I'm like, it's out there. You know what I mean? As long as you get the check in your hand, then you ain't got no problem with cashing it. You know what I'm saying? Because the check came from Fidelity Bank. And I was trying so hard to cash it myself, but good thing I didn't, because like I said, man, that's like proof. And I didn't know it was that big. I thought somebody had been and did it at least 2 or 3 times, you know what I mean? Or that's the reason why when I came forward, I was thinking I was doing something along the lines of what y'all had already done. You know what I mean? But I'm just grateful that y'all put this info out there, man. It's black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian. I don't give a shit what color it is. Because like I keep telling the people over here, man, it ain't about race no more. They done jacked us all up. I'm talking about all of us. All of us are jacked up. You know, it is what it is. And they got the big old veil over people's face so bad to the point to where these race wars, they sprouting up everywhere, man. That's intentional. That's all that they doing that on purpose to keep passing these laws. And then like the window of August 8th, it was some window that we were supposed to get into on August 8th. You know what I'm saying? And I think 2 days prior or a week prior before August 8th came, they had to ride out there in Charlottesville or where is that in North Carolina? Oh, come on, man. So, I mean, they can take it for what it's worth and keep doing their paperwork. To me, that's the rabbit hole. That's a long-ass journey, man. And then at the end of that, Tony, you go to jail. I don't want to deal with nothing that I have a chance of. It's going to be a 75% chance. If I fill out this paperwork wrong, I can do 10 years of filling out some shit that has got my name on it. Then I got to prove that it's me. And I've been proving that I'm me for the past 32 years. You got me fucked up. Come catch me. Catch me using these accounts. And then I'll do something then. By that time, I done been to spread this shit to at least 100,000 people that care about me over here. You know what I'm saying? So, fuck it. Catch me if you can. I don't give a damn about all that paperwork shit. That's just another form of way to, because I done been in the penitentiary, family. The penitentiary ain't nothing but a big ass form. And if you don't take the medication, they give you cases. You get what I'm saying? Or if you call yourself trying to have extra clothing in Texas in the Panhandle, it gets like in the Panhandle, it's like snowing. It ain't got no trees down there, and you basically in a tin can. It get cold if it's 20 degrees, if it's 45 degrees outside, it's like 20 degrees inside. Or you know what I'm saying? Just shit like that. Come on, man, they got me fucked up. Come catch me here, so I'm down with you. You can put my name on it. Everything that I done did in my life, I got my name on it. So this ain't no different. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, brother.
I don't want to keep it out too long, man. That just pissed me off how people just do good people. And it took me a while to get over hate myself. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Everybody live and learn. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta get over that shit. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? If he don't want to get with the program, he can come. He can get mad at me. He can make YouTube videos about me. But I got partners down here. I got people that love me down here. Shit, I ain't doing no tripping. I done got told on when I was in elementary school all the way to fucking middle school. So ain't too much you can make a YouTube post about me. Matter of fact, I got a whole. You can come check me out here. You can find me anywhere here. So I'm with you, Mike. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of strong people with you. Dude, Jermaine, I need to know his stuff so I can go subscribe to his page. Go listen to him. I probably already subscribed.
Yeah, Jermaine's got some good stuff, and so does Triple. You know what? I'm gonna put that out there for everybody that hasn't already subscribed to them, because they are a huge help, and they've got some really good messages. Both of them do. Jermaine Walker.
Hey, you know I'm in Dallas too, fam.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm in.
And Levitate. I know you're in here as well, so same for Levitate. Levitate. I don't know what the hell was being said, but I wasn't attacking you. I thought that you and I just had a little. I commented to you, asking you what was up with that. I was surprised to see you jumping on the UCC bandwagon. Was all. But you know, I wasn't doing nothing with you, man. Maybe I'm thinking maybe that was misinterpreted. Sorry, you guys can go ahead.
But no, I'm in Holland Hills, man. So whenever you ready to connect, I'm ready to connect. I'm down for it.
Here's Jermaine.
I damn near got my whole block over on me. I got people making car payments. They trying to find ways of getting checks too. So say the bigger the circle, the better chances we got. So I feel like if the billions know about it, the billions gonna get it.
Definitely, yeah. The bigger the circle, and that, you know, that's why I was trying to like unite with everybody, and the only people I wasn't willing to unite with were and I still was, as long as they would, you know, realize the damage they were doing and correct that behavior. I still like, I will put this out there right now. I do have to say, just as Harvey says on, you know, he says, and it is true, you do have to be paranoid when you're in a position like where you're putting yourself out there, and there's a lot of people, you know, with all the trolls and all that. But at the same time, you know, there's certain people that have already more than proven who they are and what they're trying to do. But I have my reservations about Ginger and Portia, but if they were to stop, you know, with their behavior of playing with people's livelihood and you know, do what's right, I would unite with them today or tomorrow, if they were willing to realize that, hey, you know, maybe this isn't the best route. And then I would. So Ginger, Portia, if you hear me, but I do want you guys to come clean on that bank. You're telling people that e-wallet, that you won't allow reversals, and the truth is you're not going to be able to keep that promise. So you're lying to people. The bank ultimately is going to make the decision. Unless you guys get $500,000 to $1 million, you're going to be in that position. And I'm more than happy. If you want, I'll try to, you know, do whatever I can to make it so you can make good on that, but not, you know, that's all it is. You just got to be honest. Just the honesty. That's what it's all about, is honesty. I admit when I'm wrong. I do. I mean, I've admitted several times already that when I've been wrong, and I have no problem doing that. And typically I do make sure I try to make sure beforehand, and I'm pretty good about making sure that I'm not wrong. I don't put out something that's wrong, but I am only human. I'm a man. I make mistakes like anybody else. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. I don't claim to be a god. There's only one God, and he's not me.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
You ain't got to explain yourself.
I know. It's just
do your thing, brother.
I know.
Thing, man.
Well, I want them to hear that, though, Ginger and Portia, because I think that they think that it's just them specifically, because especially now the race card is being played, and it's like, are you really kidding me? Like, I am the most furthest thing from a racial motivated or racist person that you can possibly find. I've got all kinds of emails and all kinds of messages where people are believing that manipulation, and it's completely insane.
Either they gonna roll with you. Yeah, that's how I do it.
Exactly, shit. They don't want to roll with you, fuck them.
That's pretty much it.
You get what I'm saying? See, like it is what it is when you got somebody like that, and they bark, and when they bark, they, you know, a wounded dog. I don't give a damn how wounded. If you put yourself out there, it's still consequences. If you're a grown man and you out here, it's just little stuff that you do when you growing up. He knew what the hell he was getting into when he made the first video about the shit. It was gonna happen. If you gonna make something about a way for people to pay their bills, and you know people are hurting, and the time they hurting, you're gonna have those kind of calls calling you. You're gonna have people telling you it's reversible. I mean, you ain't gotta be You ain't gotta be mean to the people. You ain't gotta talk bad to the people out because it's coming to you with it. You like how you be doing, create a platform for it. I take those kind of questions on Friday and then turn around but I'm gonna get back to the business on Sunday. You know what I mean? It's as simple as arithmetic. You know what I'm saying? Like with people, but you got people that never experienced any kind of fame from other people, or it's probably been said, or I'm not even talking about Harvey. I'm just talking about people in general that got that kind of mindset. You give them anything, and then they take it, and then people start jabbing in their ear about other people, and they ain't really built for this kind of lifestyle or this kind of situation. I'm telling you, that's the kind of reaction you're gonna get every time. So it is what it is. You're gonna have to keep trucking. If he gonna be the one that wants you to if he don't want to get on the bus, fuck it, let the bus roll right over his head. We got somebody else driving that motherfucker anyway. So
definitely, brother.
You ain't even gotta get you. And we out here trying to go accomplish one goal, and that's freedom. We all know one thing, and that we all got one thing in common. Black, white, all of us, age groups, whatever. We all got one thing in common. We've been lied to, and we all slaves to a system that we ain't got no choice of being part of. And that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And that's honest to God truth. So I commend you. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you at least having me on your conference call. You ain't even have to press unmute. You know what I mean? So I just appreciate it. But Jermaine, link up with me, man. My name is Bruce Jones. I go by the same thing. If they looking for me, I'm everywhere.
I
posted everywhere.
Bruce, I put the link to his channel in the live stream. I can put it in there again if you want.
Yeah, I just subscribed to him. He say he up in Dallas, so if he's more than welcome to come check me out, man. I'll show him the check in his hand and he can look at it. You know what I'm saying? In hand. If he out here, I'm out here with you, fam. And I can show you all the information I got from this, the research that I got from all that bullshit ass paperwork to the laws. Cause I might not know how to talk that talk, and I'm a little bit raw with my talk, as you can tell, but I know if in the mind frame, I know exactly everything I need to know, and I got all the paperwork to prove it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready to link up, man. I'm ready to do this thing.
Yeah, I might have to get with you and shit. We just go on and film something, you know what I'm saying, for the people, man, and just put it on out there.
Do it, brother. That's actually something I was planning on doing in my area. Is I'm gonna start going around and waking people up and recording it and asking people questions, seeing how much they know. And yeah, that's a plan I have. Me and my fiance, and then I'm gonna try to see if there's anybody else in my area, based off those by state Facebook groups. I'm going to see who we got. And, you know, if everybody starts doing that and they try to find people that are in the community that are near each, you know, you guys live near each other, meet up, man. Obviously do it safely. If it's people you don't know, be safe about it. Don't put yourself in any kind of dangerous positions, please. But, you know, if you're safe about it and you get out there, you know, you guys everybody can make a big impact. You know, you go out, record, have somebody record and go around asking people questions, ask them, you know, questions pertinent to the information that you're going to share with them. And yeah, that's and then educate people, and then we'll see the movement really grow. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about going to there's a big mall up the street from my house, and going there. I'm gonna go to the the Capitol building and go around there. I'm thinking of doing, if you guys can do that, we can get a series going of the community, the family going around, you know, waking people up and get those videos out there and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm from the Cleveland, down the street from where he is, so you know, everybody know where he is at if he's from Dallas. So I got your I got your number off the live, so I'm gonna hit you up. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we can link up. We can do it live, or we can record it. It don't even matter. But you know, we definitely got to get that out there. For sure. I'm down.
All right, guys. Well, we have had an awesome conference call. I'm gonna. Oh, we got another caller. Okay. Well, I don't want to not answer that. So we got one more caller. Are you all set, Ron? Or Bruce? Sorry, Bruce.
Oh yeah, man. I'm set, bro. I'm just, you know, just spreading the love, man. Stay doing what you're doing, man.
I will be calling. I know I said this, but I will be calling you later so we can do the video for the actual check, and then we can do a three-way and get we'll get Fidelity on the line. So I'll be calling you a little bit later today for that, and yeah, I'm gonna move on to the last caller and wrap up the live stream. After that, I'm gonna move this live stream to the main channel as I feel it's kind of important. It's not kind of, it is important that everybody kind of has an idea of what happened today. So yeah, thanks Bruce, and I will catch up with you later today.
Already, I can't wait to you.
All right, brother, much love. Thanks for your support.
Same to you.
989.
Hey, Mike.
What's going on?
All right, well, let's see how we can do each other. So, how we can help this movement out here. I'm not calling ask a question on stupid ass numbers or anything like that. I want my freedom, like everyone else should.
Okay.
So, how can I help you out, man? Because I know you're working tirelessly.
Oh, yeah, about helping out. Well, the big thing that I'm moving to do right now is I've got a couple people so far that are interested in writing like news articles so we can start combating the ones that they're putting out. I've got a couple. That's one thing we're working on. The other thing is basically, you know, scouring through info like we've all been doing. Then there's, you know, then there's also, let's see, truthfully, it's not like any one thing that's needed. It's all the same stuff, just you know, every day kind of tweeting or Instagramming, the YouTube for the censorship, the Fed putting heat on.
Like I said, I'm starting out my channel here, and you know, I've been watching the guys and been listening.
Yeah, that definitely. I mean,
trying to figure out the road to go down. You know what I mean?
Make some calls.
I love your road, because you know what? You ain't putting nothing out there. You not saying do this, do that.
Yeah. No. Make some.
More too torpedo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, make some phone calls, man. Make some phone calls. Record them. Put them up on your channel. That's always good. The more of those we have going around, of people calling the different news stations and alternative media stations and calling the different, calling the Federal Reserve, calling the BIS, which the BIS, I'm going to have to do that. You know, I'm going to have to do that one because it's not everybody can do that. Whoa, they're lying. We don't allow that here. Some really nasty speak. Yeah, but yeah, just basically, doing all the same kind of stuff, just waking people up. That's what it's all about, going on different blogs and forums and dropping the links to the videos.
All right. I hear you on that.
There is no one thing. There is so much to do. It's not even funny. Yeah, actually, Kush-Up, I'm actually going to be doing that Kush-Up. I'm already, because everybody asked me, I don't know, weeks ago. I just haven't had a chance to get it set up. But I was going to do something with, like, ask me about HJR 192. Ask me about what happened in 1913, stuff like that, with the flag and everything. So,
right. Well, we need to learn. We all need to learn.
Definitely. But
so
yeah, if you're just setting up a channel, man.
Hit me up with the on-chain rope. 77.
What's that?
I'll go from there. I'll start digging and stuff too. I've been digging into stuff. And I appreciate everything you're doing, Mike. I really do.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
But get some sleep. Have a good night, bro.
You too, brother. I appreciate it. Much love. Thanks for the support.
Always, man. Always.
All right. All right, Jermaine, you got anything to say before we close this thing out?
I'll put it like this, man. No matter what differences, we experience, we still family, we still one. And it's going to be us against them. So you got side A, you got side B. Hopefully that'll end eventually. And, people will look at the bigger picture. And as I always say, we're stronger in the numbers. The lady said, you got to get the army on your side. Well, shit, if we got, 20 million people, you know what I'm saying? Who's worried about an army? We are the damn army. You know what I'm saying? So people can visualize that, see that, understand that, and work from that aspect and set your differences aside, then we have nothing to worry about. And I know that, something of that magnitude is far-fetched, especially right now. But it can happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be one person at a time. And, I'm going to continue to do my part. I'm sure Mike going to do his. Triple going to do his. Harvey going to do his. And we got a lot of new channels going up. So to those of you that are in the chats and you have information, we encourage you to create a channel. We want to hear your voice, not just see what you're typing in the comments. We want to hear your voice. We want to see your face. We want to, connect with you personally, visually. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of family that follow us from channel to channel, from live to live, from comment to comment. And we definitely appreciate the support. We know we have targets on our back. And right now it's not many with targets on their back, but the more of us that have the target, the harder it's going to be for them to shut us down. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So let's continue to, press for the freedom, man. The money, that's a whole different aspect of what we're doing, but freedom is the key. So until we get freedom, this shit ain't over.
That's all
I got to say.
That's it, brother. So yeah, guys. Damn, Jermaine, I couldn't set it better myself, man. That's all right. So I'm gonna let you guys see me while I close this off. I just remembered that it was not letting me record the full-length conference calls. I hope it got the beginning saved. Oh man. I hope so. Okay, guys, it cut me out there. I'm sorry. It keeps doing that. I don't know why. So I wanted to end the call. You know, as I said to everyone, and I mean it sincerely, I hope that, you know, Harvey, if you see this, I hope that, you know, you realize that, you know, you're kind of making a little bit of a mistake, because it's not going to solve anything what's going on. We're much stronger together and working together, and you know, you have a friend here, someone that's been in your corner, fighting for you and supporting you. So if you decide to stay this way, and it is what it is. I can't change anybody, nor do I want to. I'm here to spread peace and empowerment and positivity. So to everyone out there in the group and the family and the community, I want to tell you guys that I love each and every one of you. You guys are awesome. Your support is amazing. I am shocked every day. It's just like so great to have so many people all together, united for the same cause, for the same ideas, for the same beliefs, and still at the same time having different ideas, different beliefs, being able to cross those lines and put those aside to support one another. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. And you know, I don't look at today as a negative thing or as a bad thing. It's just another part of the story. It's another part of the journey, and it was meant to happen. So from here, everything is going to be what we make it. Each of us has our own free will and our own you know, heart and mind and soul to guide us. So I'm going to keep doing what I believe is right in my heart, and following, you know, what my heart tells me to do and what my mind tells me to do, and trying to be there for you guys just the way you are for me. So the way this is what my plan is to get that video up for Bruce first off today, and then call Fidelity, and then I'd like to get after BIS and the Fed, and let's make some noise today and tomorrow and the rest of the week, and gonna stop focusing or getting caught up on all of these personal things, as they really don't have any business in all of this. You know, if something is urgent that needs to be addressed, then I'll address it. But if not, then I'm not going to. I'm not going to continue to keep trying to overguard and think that I am some superhero that can save everyone. Instead, I'll lead by example. I mean, I'm not a leader, but I will lead by example, just by setting the right example. And I think that will be far more powerful than any words. So I think that's where we're headed. Those of you that got back to me about making news articles, I'm going to be calling you guys. We're getting back and corresponding with you today, so we can hopefully get some of those going. And we'll launch that campaign as well. And guys, because obviously people are going to be watching this after the actual live stream, especially being I'm moving it to the main channel. Please, if whatever your feelings are, if you're more than welcome to, you know, share opposing views, whatever. Just please don't leave any nasty, hateful comments. Let's try to, if we have opposing views, speak on it in a intellectual, respectful manner, like adults. So, all right, guys. I appreciate all of your support. I really do, and I want you guys to know that it means the world to me. And I'm looking forward to where we're going, and this awesome movement. Yes, I'm gonna leave. Okay, there we go. This awesome movement taking, I guess you'll say, its next steps, and doing that with you guys. So thank you. I love you guys. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, do so now, as we're really just getting started. Most importantly, share this information, get it out. That way people can get the information that was provided in this live stream. And yeah, most importantly, share. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Much love, guys, and God bless all of you.